Arliss.
With Watto in his basement and 31 flavors.
Arliss.
But the S is all dollar signs. Oh my god! With the super duper pants.
Arliss.
S is all dollar signs. Oh my god!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hello. Give Watto a second while he puts his headphones in, because he has his air conditioning cranked all the way up. It is summer, and it's hard to be Watto, and I'm used to the sands of Tatooine. Okay, I got to flip all my cards over on the table. First of all, my freezer is beeping because I left it open. I have to go attend to that. Secondly, in the process of trying to put my headphones in, I lost an earbud from the headphones, and now it is going to hurt Watto's ear. I'm going to bring George in immediately, because Watto is not handling this well. George, come in here.
Hello, Watto.
George,
I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars.
George, we have to rectify this angle immediately.
What do you mean?
This camera angle, George. You look like a shot from the King's Speech. You're framed in a very unconventional way for the man who is going to have the bounty of dialogue for the next several... No! Worse! George, worse! George! Worse!
Oh, now I see you. That's better.
Okay. George...
I'm filming this week on a laptop.
We got you a laptop! It arrived! Finally. Will you vamp for 30 seconds while Watto closes his freezer and finds the bud for the ear headphones? Jesus Christ, I'm losing my mind.
Of course. I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars, and this is the 7th and final week of our Arliss charity watch-a-thon. And,
George, you gotta fix it. You really gotta fix it, George.
I tried fixing it before. You said it looked worse.
No, George, you know what we're saying.
That's better.
No.
George.
George.
You're saying that's not better? Because to me, that looks better than when you fix it. When you make me fix it, it looks worse. I can see you now. Is what I'm seeing what you're seeing?
It's just an amazing display of willful ignorance.
Is this because I'm not filming on my phone this week because Watto sent me a laptop. You said it was better. Is what I'm seeing what you're seeing? Because what I'm seeing looks terrible. It's poorly framed.
I mean, Watto and Patrick sent you a laptop.
More Watto than Patrick, though, right?
It wasn't just Watto.
Was it? Watto, is that true?
Watto's not listening.
Watto doesn't have his earbud in.
This is.
Why don't we focus more on the big calamity is the freezer and earbud situation?
Yeah, this is already a disaster.
Hold on. Is that better? If I lean over? Looks just as bad to me.
George.
Mm-hmm.
This is already our worst week yet. This is a
No.
disaster.
Don't say that.
George, tilt your goddamn laptop down.
Answer me this. Was this both Watto and Patrick who sent me the laptop?
Yes, we ordered your laptop from Best Buy as part of their Memorial Day sale. It then took over a month to ship. And then when it was supposed to ship, they said it's going to be delayed another 2 weeks. So we canceled that order and placed an order on an even cheaper laptop that arrived within 36 hours.
Well, maybe if you splurged on a bigger one, it would look right. Is that why it's
This is
cheap?
your fault.
I thought last week. Can I say I thought last week looked very good?
George, I want to explain something to you right
Mhm.
now. The technical difficulties that you are facing are entirely self-generated. This is if Norman
It was better if I just
Rockwell
fixed it.
painted the family at Thanksgiving, but he decided to only paint their feet under the table. That's what you're doing. It's narrative art, and you're pricking the wrong narrative image.
It's better if I'm over here because otherwise my name blocks my eyes.
Tilt it down! You look like Wilson from Home Improvement. You fucking maniac.
Tilting down makes it so like I can't even see what I'm looking at.
Watto, should we kick George from the stream and just do this?
I'm inclined to say so. Also, I'm losing my mind over the fact that this other ear cushion. There we go. Thank you. Is that
There,
so
look at this.
difficult?
This is great.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I'll
Already
be honest.
better image quality.
I was just having a little fun with you.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wasn't going to do that, but then when Watto lost his earbuds and left his freezer open, I thought, why not lean into it?
Yeah, it was really fun. We all enjoyed it a lot.
Well-
I literally held it up to the camera to check that both little cushions were there. And then somehow, in the process of going from here to here, it fell out and I can't find it anywhere. This is going to drive me insane. I'm going to be a one earbud man for the next period of time at least.
Well,
Okay, what are you going to say, George?
Can we
Well,
tell
now
people, can we tell people what we're doing this week?
Yes.
Watto, do you want to do it?
No, I want to keep looking for the earbuds. You do it, Patrick.
Oh, I'll do it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I want to make sure I get the acronym right. So this week we are raising
Rain! RAINN! Rain!
which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. It's the largest American nonprofit anti-sexual assault organization in the U.S. It's a great organization. We want to raise a lot of money for them. We want to raise more money than we've raised any other week, barring the May the 4th one.
Last week was our biggest tally. It was what, 5,500 some odd dollars?
It was 5,146.
We're going to blow that out of the water. We're hitting 7,000 today. Lucky number 7.
And
Very important.
Watto has made a promise that he will not let the stream end until
It will not end until we hit $7,000.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need it. We need it.
We need
And
it.
here's something I want to make sure everybody knows. You don't have to be watching to donate. So tell your friends about this. People like giving money to charities, but if they don't want to watch, that's fine.
And here's the thing. You might actually succeed in getting more people to donate if you don't mention this show.
Yes. But
That element tends to confuse people.
Yes.
So just go to your Twitter, your Instagrams, your social media accounts, and make this a day of giving. Use whatever platform you have, even if you feel it is small, to encourage your friends, your family, those closest to you, to donate whatever they can to RAIN, a very, very great organization, very important cause.
yes. So all we need, if they do it without watching, just get us the receipt, send us the receipt, we'll put it in the total, and we'll be good to go. That's all we need. You can send it to bit.ly/GeorgeLuca, GLTS Gives. You can send it directly and send us the receipt, or you can Venmo me and I will put it in the total if that's the easiest thing for you. Yeah, great.
I feel like I am going to cry out of frustration with this earbud thing. Okay, let's look at some of the tallies, because of course, like every week, we have stretch goals.
Mhm.
Can we pull up the sheet here? Okay,
There we go.
here we go. Now, of course,
We
our
got
major goal-
$0. That's terrible. This is our worst week yet.
This is our worst week yet. So
Zero.
I want to set a goal right here. Okay.
$1. $1.
In Jewish numerology, the number 18 stands for.
Oh, wait, hang on. We do have an update. People have sent money in the last few minutes.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
140. Okay. Here we go. So 666. Watto chugs his energy drink. I want to say $200. Watto eats some Jewish delicatessen.
$200. Okay.
You want to make it 300? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, let's make it 300.
Okay, but I want to get there fast because Watto's hungry and he's quickly losing his sanity.
We only need to do that. What we just did. We need to do it 50 more times. That's it.
That's
We're
all.
there.
There you go.
Okay,
50.
now,
That's all.
Now, George, BB-8 is currently inflated,
That's right.
so we want that to deflate at 444.
Yeah. Let me show you here.
There we go. Okay, that's ready.
There he is.
1500
ready to go.
gets hyped. 888 George inflates the BB-8. 4444 deflate again. Let's also put down 8888 inflate again. Yes, we have that. Watto butt chugs energy drink. That's still standing strong at 69,000. Now, George, this is what I'm going to hold you to because you said this on Twitter this week.
What'd I say?
$500,000. You, George Lucas, the man I am currently speaking to, will get drunk.
Yep.
Yes. Now, let's make it clear. You, George Lucas, currently on this stream,
Me, George Lucas.
have drank less than 5 times in your entire life. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's canon.
4? Is it 4?
I think it's 4.
It's 4. So this would be the 5th time, and you have said you're not going to have a drink. You would get drunk. If we raise $500,000, you will get fully
$500,000. I'll get drunk, and I want to say, it'll be interesting because here at Skywalker Ranch, I'm not even sure what we have. So
Very interesting.
I might be getting drunk on mead. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I will. I think there's at least a couple of bottles of wine. I will drink those.
Oh, of
There
course.
might be some hard liquor. I'll drink that.
Yes.
Okay, 2 things. First, let's start the first episode. Let's pull it up. Second, we're getting a suggestion. How much for George to smooch a photo of Linda Ronstadt?
Oh, I
don't have a photo of Linda Ronstadt.
You
here.
pull her up on your
It's too
iPad
painful.
or something.
Yeah, you have an iPad, don't you?
Oh, right now it has HBO Max on it.
You have a cell phone, don't you?
Oh yeah, you're right. That's free. Is that why you guys did this?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's you guys pick? What's a good amount? We want that to be
Let's
a pretty
say
high amount because it's painful to
something
me.
sexy, something romantic.
$690.
Let's make it higher than that. This is painful for me.
1,000?
Higher.
No, come on.
No, George, let's make it 690. Let's start with Ronstadt and let's every $1,000 on the.
Wait, so I gotta kiss a photo of my ex, and then I gotta shortly after that deflate the 8. I can't do those.
What I am suggesting is at $690, you kiss a photo of Linda Ronstadt, and then at every
how about this? At $690, I'll give a pretty chaste kiss. But if you set a higher goal, I'll give a real kiss.
Well, this is what I want to propose. I want to propose that on the $690th of every 1,000 we break, you have to kiss a different ex.
We're gonna run out of exes.
Then maybe the kisses get hotter and heavier.
Let's just make it Linda.
Okay, fine. I'm pulling up.
I'm fine with that. For let's say every 2,000. Let's make it mean something.
Okay.
Okay, let's start the episode.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Well.
So 690 and then 1 690, 2 690, 3 690. Is that good?
Yes.
That is good. All right.
Great, we'll do that.
We're going to start this. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, wait, Arliss?
Hold on. I'm taking it to the max. Continue watching. Arliss, episode 7, season 7, episode 1, preview image, James Coburn. I feel like Bobby has been talking this episode up since the very beginning.
Yes. All right, here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Great. And now that the episode is playing, I'm going to go get my other headphones because I will not be able to stand doing this right now.
Yes, and someone turned down your sound. I think it's George, maybe.
No, mine's at 0, so
Watto.
shame on you.
Shame on you.
Going down, and I'm getting the new headphones.
Okay. We also do have an update for money. George, you got to deflate that BB-8.
What was it deflate the 8 at?
At 444.
Okay.
And we were at 56050.
Hold on. I'm having trouble with my HBO Max.
Oh, no. This is a disaster.
it's yeah. I'll catch up.
Okay. I'm trying to tell if this is. I think this is a new opening. I think there's new people in this.
Well, then I'm going to be far behind then because I want to see if there's a new opening.
Yeah, but you can watch episode 2.
Might not have the same opening.
You think they're going to change it between episodes?
Maybe they change it every episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of new. Whoa, he's in a parade. George, he's in a parade.
Stop it. We have to restart. We have to restart.
George, I can't restart. We're too far in.
All right.
We'll talk about it later. Hey, Watto, you can eat your deli.
Great. I'm still trying to get the headphones to work. How is everything going wrong this week?
That's fine. I'll just
I'm furious.
I'll just hold the boat together, I guess.
Yes,
I'm furious.
please do.
You guys are watching the new opening and I can't do anything.
What is wrong with George and why is the framing bad again?
I don't.
Because I'm angry. I got angry.
Oh boy.
Furious.
We're not restarting. We can't get this far behind.
Well, then I'm behind. We're having a different experience. This is a watch-a-thon, not an exclude-a-thon.
Okay. You want to restart it?
No, everyone's like, go ahead. Everyone. I just can't get the episode to start.
I think we have to restart. Fine, we'll restart. I'm not happy about it, but we'll restart.
All right. Well, I'll reframe then. The thing is, I genuinely think I think maybe the laptop's interfering with my iPad.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know why I'm having trouble with HBO Max for the first time. It's an excellent
All right.
interface.
Are you ready, George?
Right now, I have 3 purple dots on a black screen, which normally would be delightful to me because I'd be like, what are those 3 suns in the middle of a space sky?
George.
3 purple dots. 3 purple dots. Pay all your money for 3 purple dots.
Try moving it further away from your laptop if that's what you're concerned about.
Is that a thing? I was joking.
So, George, Watto, how was your week? And now Watto's muted? What is happening?
It's starting. I'm at 4 seconds in.
Okay, George, you got to restart so we can do this on the same time. If we're doing this for real. Come on.
All right.
All right, you ready?
I'm happy to restart. I won't even give you
here we go.
about it.
1, 2, 3. Watto, you're muted because of your headphones. This is a mess. This is a mess. Oh,
most of us, the dream of becoming a champion remains a fantasy.
Yeah.
Like Willow.
No.
But for a special few, it is very much a reality.
You know,
Like the documentary Poakatsi that I produced. We lived through them. Athletes are our last warriors. My job is to make their dreams come true. Like in Labyrinth.
I don't know. It says it's not.
My name is Arliss Michaels.
Now,
I represent athletes.
Hello.
These are my stories.
Okay.
Don't know what it is that makes me love you, so I only know I never want to let you go because you started something. Oh, can't you see? That ever since we met, you had a hold on me.
No,
it happens to be true. Do do do. I only want to be with you. Do, do. I just want to be beside you everywhere, like R2. As long as we're together, honey, I don't care. Like Han pretends he doesn't, because you started something. Oh, can't you see that ever since we met, you had a hold on me, like Darth and Luke.
George,
no matter what you do,
he's not even paying attention.
I only want to be with you.
How much for Watto to throw his food off the fire escape?
I need this right now. Not even for charity would I do that. I'm not going to survive without eating a pastrami sandwich right now. How has George been proven right? How is it possible that somehow giving him a laptop has made this more dysfunctional?
I think he's a little bit playing up.
I think
no, I really not. I didn't.
Thinker.
I've already admitted what I played up and what I didn't.
Hey George,
totally honest with you.
Can you start deflating BB-8?
Yeah. I won't be here. I'm going to do it on a second camera though.
That's fine.
Because I can't do it on the laptop without destroying everything that I've set up.
Watto, Tom Sharpling says he will get $500 if you throw it off. Watto.
How much to throw my laptop in the river? $750,000. I will throw my laptop in the river.
750,000? Do 750. That's already more than what we paid for the laptop.
No, because I don't want to. It's a big thing to do. If we raise $750,000, I will already be drunk, and I will drive to the nearest bridge and I will throw it in the river.
Watto, hang on. This
the
is
Marin County River.
Watto right now. Watto, you can order new food.
Yes, it can. But I'll say this: the number has got to be higher.
It's got to be much higher, because that's also a crime.
Right. For me to toss it out the window right now
is a crime. If you're on the 9th floor, that's a crime. That could be attempted murder.
How much, Watto? How much?
$1,000.
Okay. Can we get 5 other people to do $100?
No. Sharp.
Way more.
Sharpling
way more. Sharpling has to pay it. This is a Sharpling.
This is a Sharpling.
This is a Sharpling play.
This is a Sharpling
play. It.
Okay. If Sharpling donates $1,000.
This is very early.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential for fundraising. For me to do something this dramatic this early on.
Yeah. We're at 6:02 right now.
All right.
I'm going to start eating my sandwich because I'm worried.
Okay.
Now George is on 2 screens. George is on the...
I will pay $1,000 only if he doesn't order food for 2 more hours. Watto, you gotta, buddy.
Sorry, I don't have my headphones in. I don't know what you're saying. Do people like it?
Watto, you gotta.
Let's clarify the terms. Am I not allowed to eat anything?
This is a Sharpling thing. I gotta wait.
This is a Sharpling thing.
Yeah.
Am I not allowed to eat anything I already have in my
I gotta wait for his response.
I can eat nothing.
You can eat 524. You can do 524. That's not that far.
If Tom Sharpling donates $1,000, I will not eat anything for the next 2 hours.
Because I think you could order the food and just not eat it.
Well, let me ask, am I allowed to just not eat this food for another 2 hours?
No, because that's got to go out the window.
It's got to go out.
It's got to go out the window. You also have to slap yourself once and it's a done deal. That's what he says.
I want to make this very clear. For $1,000, I throw this food out the window.
Yeah.
And I can't eat anything.
Yeah.
For 2 hours, and I slap myself in the face 1 time.
Yeah. $1,000. Give me the link. Sharpling, it is bit.ly/GLTSgives. bit.ly/GLTSgives.
And Water doesn't throw a drop of food out that window until the money is cleared.
Yes.
And we want other people to donate too. It seems like it's slowed down just because Sharpling says he's throwing in money, and that's not.
No, because this is at great expense right now that Watto is going to lose his. This will cause more damage to Watto than anything he has done on any of these live streams so far. I just want to show people what I am. This is a delicious pastrami sandwich that I was so excited to eat. I have a little, where is my little baggie here that has some deli mustard, some sour cream, some Russian dressing, some pickles.
Yeah.
And putting all of this on the fire escape.
Is it just going to be a gentle push, or how are you going to do it? Yeah, and I think you should tell people it's for charity.
Oh my God.
Okay, wait a second. But something is being thrown out here.
What?
The Messina brothers is asking how much to not have Watto throw it out.
1,200.
Ooh, double it.
1,200.
$1 more, 1,001.
No, I think it's
and then Sharpling can answer that. Let's get a bidding war going on for throw or not throw.
I like.
Hey, Watto.
Yeah.
Hey, Watto. Go to your window.
Wait a second.
Go to your window.
Wait, it's already been paid for, Watto.
Yeah, it's already been paid, Watto. Go to your window.
It was a nice stream, but we owe him now.
Hey, and then George.
What?
As soon as you're done with that, you got to reinflate, BB.
And kiss the photo of Linda
And
Ronstadt.
yeah, there's a few. We'll get to.
I'm missing the James Coburn.
Hey, this is not my fault.
Can I just smell it quickly?
Smell it, but then it's got to go. We got to do this quick.
Yeah, I'd say you smell all you want. You don't have to do it quick. You're doing it. He's bought the service.
Why are you smelling it so close to your mouth? Smell it in your nose. Thank you. That's better.
I am truly so upset.
Watto, go. No, but don't throw the bag. Just throw the sandwich. Don't like make
Why
it.
there's all this other stuff? I got potato pancakes too.
Pancakes gotta go too, I think.
Yeah, that's why I'm being honest, and I'm putting in the fucking bag.
Hang on. Sharpling says you can take one tiny bite.
Thank you.
But do it near the window. Do it near the window.
Am I gonna have to take the?
This is not my fault. Do not get mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at everything.
Okay.
It's for the good cause. It's for charity.
For good cause. For charity.
I'm not gonna take the bite. The bite would hurt more. The bite would hurt more. Okay.
Wow. Well, reminder, we're trying to get to $7 grand. That's where we're at. Right now we are at 1632. You're at 1632. And someone has already Venmo'd me money. This is great. We're doing great, everybody.
Have we at least crossed the threshold where I get to drink the energy drink?
Did it? Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah. This feels like the saddest energy drink.
It always makes me cry
Wow. Okay.
physically to chug this, but adding on the sadness of a great sandwich lost.
George. We can't.
George is muted.
My mic.
No, now you're back. You're back.
I didn't mute my mic. My mic was muted. I already kissed Linda. I was begging you to unmute the mic.
We didn't see it. Do it again. This doesn't count.
No, you muted my mic.
I
was
didn't
begging
mute
you
it.
to put me on screen. I kissed Linda.
George, I did not mute it.
I don't know what to tell you. I did everything.
George, people paid us money and
This
you
is
have
a
to do
laptop
this.
issue.
George, this is not
know.
the week
I
for
already
you
did it.
to
So
start
this is the
being
second one.
difficult. Oh my God.
All right, so I just want you to know that I was muted and I was taken off the screen
George,
for the
just do
first kiss. So I'm doing this second one.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I know why you were muted. I muted you because when you were on two cameras, it would have echoed. Okay, so Coburn is here. He was the most valuable baseball player in the 30s and 40s.
Patrick, that was a terrible
He's looking at all the
apology.
trophies. I'm sorry, George. All right, Watto, are you going to go to your window?
I did it!
Wait, did you do it on camera?
No, I need to do it on camera?
You didn't do it
Patrick.
on camera?
This is a problem.
Why did you not do it on camera?
Because I didn't want to go through the fucking hassle.
Watto,
Do you know how difficult this was for me?
you're going to have to order Another meal to throw out the window.
Absolutely not.
Well, we need proof. We need to see a body. Can you show us where the food went?
Show the camera out the window so we can see it.
Can you show us where the food went, Watto? We have to see it. Tom Sharpling is not going to believe that you did it. He probably thinks you went off camera and ate it.
He gave us $1,000. There's
Give us $1,000, Watto. And
he didn't give us $1,000. He gave Rain $1,000. It's for a good cause. I'm not eating.
No. Watto, you need to take your camera out to the window and see if you can zoom in and show that food.
Yeah.
It's got to be still down there quick before some New Yorker eats it.
It's like I live on the 9th floor.
People are hungry, Watto. Just try it.
It's summertime. People like it's literally curbside food. That's what people are eating this summer.
I live on the 9th floor. It's not going to be visible.
Try, Watto. Try to zoom in.
Prove it, Watto.
Please, Watto. Tom Sharpling is furious.
I just want to say,
Watto can run down and get the food. He can eat it.
This is what's generous over. Watto, will you do that? Will you run down?
Watto, just show us the food. Just try to
show us the food. Just show us the food.
It's such an easy ask, and you're making this so.
Watto, I kissed Linda twice. For one amount, you can just take your phone, put it out the window, just show us a little bit of pastrami on the side of the wall, just hang in there.
You don't have to bring your computer. Join the room from your phone and just hold it out like that.
Second unit.
I want to say something very clearly.
All right.
Watto has broken out into full body cold sweat. And I cannot tell if it is the reverberations of the energy drink, the starvation, my psychological condition, or all of the above. I will fucking join in on my phone.
Watto, this is like if in Empire we hadn't shown Luke's hand getting cut off. We're just supposed to believe it happened. I have a robot hand now. What happened? Oh, my dad cut it off before, and then I got a new one. It looks like a regular hand.
Yeah, there's conspiracy theories, Watto. People think you made your neighbor below you catch the food.
Okay, ready? Are you ready for what I'm going to do?
Yes.
Can I flip over all of my cards?
Yes.
I was genuinely concerned about it hitting somebody on the ground. I put it on my fire escape, and I pushed it down one level, and I closed the window, okay?
Okay, show us it.
I am going to bring my phone. I'm going to go out on the fire escape, and I will drop it fully for you fucking monsters.
Sounds good. See you soon.
If we hear about someone dying...
Oh, be careful. Do not hurt anyone, Watto.
What
We'll help you.
are you asking me to do?
Watto, don't hurt anybody.
Watto,
but you
help
have to do it. You have to do it, but don't hurt anybody.
How do I square this circle? Please explain to me how I safely drop a fucking... A triple stack pastrami sandwich.
Watto, just look, and if there's nobody coming, you're fine.
How about in small pieces? Here, Watto, this is how you do it. Sprinkle it and just drop little pieces.
Watto,
snowflakes.
Watto, one piece of bread, one piece of roast beef, one piece of bread, one piece of roast beef. I think he's gone. I don't know where he is. He can't hear us.
I'm worried that Watto's losing some of his sense of showmanship.
Yeah.
I mean, last week he sang that song from Hairspray. What if I'm worried this week he's going to go in the bathroom and sing it where we can't hear him.
Or he'll just sing the first two words and then stop and say that he sang it. Wow. Anyways, we're up to 1745.90, which is amazing for this fast. So good job, guys. This is great. We do, unfortunately, have to get to 7,000. So we're not there yet. Andy T. Durham is saying, the question is how long until Patrick throws the temper tantrum, because we've got 2/3 there so far. I do want to say that before this stream started, I did throw a temper tantrum. I kicked George from the room because he was being unreasonable.
For a good cause.
For a good cause. We'll talk about the 7,000 stretch goal once Watto gets back. George, you're getting really good at it. Oh, and as soon as I said it, you coughed. George, how old do you think James Coburn is here? Because he's one of those guys He's one of those guys who looked old for a while. Okay, I guess I'm just going to talk. He looks old in the Muppet movie, and that's like 30 years before this. If he's like 83, maybe? Oh, here we go. Hang on, we got
it. I just coughed. Sid?
Here we go. We've got, IMDb and Bobby Wool says this was his last role before he died. Let's see if Watto's camera works. That'll be the last straw if Watto's camera does not work, George. There he is.
Can everyone see me?
Yes. Do you want to do?
He's doing a
I can't tell if I'm live.
You are live.
Live. I've been put up onto the main screen.
You are
Seems
live.
like I'm live.
Watto, we had an idea. You could drop it in little tiny pieces like snowflakes so no one would know.
Don't do the whole thing.
That's dangerous, Watto. You have to at least look.
He can't hear us.
Watto.
This is
you
live.
have...
You can all see me?
Yes.
Yes. But Watto, don't just drop it blind.
Oh no.
What have you done?
What have you done?
What have you done?
Watto, we had such a good idea.
It's such a great idea. You wouldn't listen to us.
You still can't hear us.
Hear us.
Oh, now you have an idea. Now you have a fucking idea. You have a
What have
fucking
you
idea
done?
now.
You had a
What
great
have you
idea.
done?
What have I done? What have I done? What?
No.
What have you done?
No. What have you done?
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 I'm sorry. I feel like just a moment ago, I was being demanded to, on camera, drop it from a 9th-story window. And now it's
Hang on. I believe, didn't you push it to one floor below so it was really 8th story?
Oh, he's out on his fire escape.
Yes, it was an 8th story.
There it is.
Watto, our idea, which I guess it's not even worth mentioning now, was that you could drop it in little pieces like snowflakes.
Mhm.
And then we were begging you to not do it blind, to look before you dropped it.
Someone got pancakes all over their face, Watto.
First of all, I tried to drop it in an area that seemed to be, was not a public walkway.
Sure. Sure.
Secondly, Watto, one moment after dropping, became very conscious of the fact that there was a receipt stapled to the bag with his name and address on it.
Watto, you have to. Well, that proves nothing. The only proof is of this live stream. That's the only proof. And how many people are watching the live stream, Patrick?
182.
Okay. That's a lot of loose ends to tie up, Watto. We only have 180 plus the 3 of us, Bryson plus Jersey Dave.
Yeah.
Jersey Dave.
Jersey Dave, I don't even think is watching.
I want to say something right now. I genuinely have no idea how I'm going to survive 10 more episodes of Arliss. How long is this season? Is this a 12 or a 13?
I think this is
this is an 11.
This is an 11.
Okay, so it's 10. It's 10. What are we at right now?
We are at 1745.90, which is pretty good.
That's a lot of people being helped.
We need to hit 2. We need to hit 2 right now.
Right now, guys. We gotta hit 2.
People are saying, oh, how much for Watto to go down and get it? I can't go down and get it. This can't be undone.
Watto, what is the stretch goal for 7,000? We haven't really come up with it yet.
$7,000. God.
How much to do a task rabbit to fetch it? And bring it back up.
This is so funny to all of you. This is so humorous.
Get the food, Nina. I'll give you another 100.
I can't get it. It is unretrievable.
Oh my gosh, look at all this popcorn. Coburn was trying to sell popcorn and now he cooked it all. And now I did get an email recently, a few minutes ago, from Bobby saying there's 6 Oscar winners / nominees on this season. There's James Coburn, there's Lindsay Krause, there's Keith Carradine, there's Seymour Cassell, there's Eileen Brennan, and there's Joe Bologna.
My Bologna has a first name. It's
Joe. And also there's
and your pastrami is below you.
Yeah. And also there's Glenn Fry and Bruce Hornsby, who between them have 9 Grammys and 11 nominations.
What are we at right now? Give me the total.
Now, Watto, people are asking how much for us to watch Scoob, which did get just added to HBO Max.
$4,200 in honor of Shaggy and Scooby liking the marijuana. At $4,200, we watched the movie Scoob! !
Okay, we are at, hang on. We're at 1980.
We have to hit 2,000 right. Someone donate $20 right now. We are less than 1 episode in. Respect must be paid.
Even if you donate $5 or donate $6, but if a few of you do it, you will get to you get to 20.
What's the number that we're heading towards right now?
$2,000.
We're at $2,005.90, Watto.
Did George get hyped?
George has not gotten hyped yet.
When do I get hyped?
We zoomed past that. You have to get hyped.
Well,
okay. Did we have a get hyped all there? Yeah. I'll do that now. Hold on.
Okay. Watto, I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. It's for a great cause.
It is.
But I want to make it clear, we have to raise so much fucking money this week.
Yeah.
We have to raise so much. I want this to matter, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're going to do 7,000 because we aren't leaving until that happens, you know?
Okay. So first of all, Tom Sharpling, there's your slap, okay? There you go. There's your slap, okay?
How much for Watto to order Papa John's and eat that instead?
Any amount. Name the amount. Any amount. I'll fucking do it. I don't care. Any amount. Sharpling, you name the amount for Papa John's. I'll happily eat Papa John's. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. You've broken me. What's the Papa John's amount? I'll eat diarrhea pizza. What is the amount?
Oh boy.
I'll let them arrange the pepperoni slices to spell out Papa Innocent. What's the amount? There is no, this is for a good cause. Watto doesn't care. Papa John can be a guest. He can take over. He'll be the only guest. What's the amount?
Wow.
Tom Sharpling, give out the Papa John amount.
We're at $2,200, guys.
Look, I like that we're raising this much money.
It's amazing because we're not even putting stretch goals.
Yeah. I mean, that was a stretch goal. Throwing the food out was a stretch goal.
No,
that was a stretch goal to end all stretch goals.
Watto has gone the full Last Jedi Luke at this point. We need to give him the spark, y'all.
Well, it sounds like we have a good narrative arc that will last us for 8 hours.
Sharpling says, I'll give you $100 if you order Papa John's right now.
Yes, I'll do it right now.
Deal.
Great.
Deal.
There we go. Great.
Wow. This is good. We're doing good, Watto.
This is great. This is great.
Yeah.
Let's just please keep our eyes open to make sure there are no tragic stories of people being concussed by deli meats.
And if you hear about it, don't talk about it.
I felt I want to make it clear.
Defund the police.
I tried to drop it into an area where it could not hit anybody, but it simultaneously made it completely unretrievable.
Officer.
Are you saying this is going down to the turtles? Did you throw this down a manhole cover?
This might be going down to the turtles.
All right, I'm going to get hyped.
Okay.
And hold on, I just want to make sure because we're right at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
And
Why don't you wait a second, George? We'll restart the episode. We have a guest coming in a few minutes. And
restart the episode?
You know what I mean. We'll start the next episode.
Oh,
and I want George to talk to the guest before he gets hyped.
Okay.
But I have a lot of stuff that won't last forever that I've just prepared to get hyped.
Okay, then do it now if you want to do it.
Oh, God, I have some terrible news. Papa John's has removed Papa's favorite from their menu.
What is Papa's favorite?
It was their best pizza, and it was also Papa's favorite. We have truly thrown out the baby with the bathwater. They could have called it anything else. George is hyped by drinking some green juice to a straw.
Wow.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
George, you sound like Tim Allen in Home Improvement. George, what is going on? Wow.
This is turned into a Lars von Trier film. This is...
Thank you, George. Guys, we're at 2585.
This has just become an extended display of human suffering in the name of a good cause.
All right, let's start this next episode, and then I'm gonna bring the guest.
And then we'll bring our guests.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you ready? We're gonna start in 1, George.
2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
I'm having HBO Max problems again.
Oh, great, fantastic.
Go ahead without me.
I'm glad
and
that
episode two is called "What You See Is What You Get," which was the original working title for episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
There we go. There, the hat is on. Okay.
First, I really did toy with that. I thought, you know what? Let's just call this one "What You See Is What You Get," and we'll play that song. Originally, my first assembly before we had Johnny Williams come in and add the song.
Yeah.
We had that classic. You remember that classic, Ole? What you see is what you get. Is what you get. Ooh, what you see is what you get. Is what you get. Remember that song?
All right, George. I'm going to bring in our guest.
You remember that song?
Watto is trying to recover his Papa John's password.
Okay, guys. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Pizza.
One of, I think, the few people to work on all 3 trilogies of Star Wars.
What?
In some capacity.
Watto?
You know him. He played Nien Nunb in Star Wars.
Nunb!
Mike Quinn.
Mike.
Well, hello, everybody. Hey, look at that.
Hello,
What
Mike.
a joy to see my old boss sitting there. How are you, George?
Yes.
Now we're just pals. Now we're just warriors from the. We were in the Star Wars.
We always were, really. Let's be honest. I mean, we got some stories to tell, the two of us. And hi, Watto. How are you doing? Yeah.
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Mike? It's nice to see you.
it's been a long time, I think, right? Yeah.
Yes. I have to ask, as one of the most famous Star Wars aliens of all time, what does it feel like to be able to strip yourself of your alien personage and exist anonymously in culture? Like, you know, like you have a layer of disconnect. You are an actor playing a character. You're sort of like an Alec Guinness, Peter Sellers sort of chameleon. Watto, there's very little distance between the public and the private.
Well, yes, that's a good question. I'm actually quite lucky, I think,
Yes.
in many ways.
Yes.
You know, it's actually very good because when people do sort of actually stop me and say, "Hey, are you the Mike Quinn? Can I get a picture with you?" I start to freak out a bit because it's like, well, here I am in the middle of nowhere. You know, nobody should know who I am, and you know, my profile pictures never look anything like me anyway, so you shouldn't be able to recognize me. But it is a bit scary because I don't know how these people know. You know, it could be like at the airport or something, or in different countries and stuff. So it happens. It's really rare, though. Obviously, at a convention, you know, you're expected, you know, walking down the street to the local Irish pub, which I've been known to do a few times. But that's beside the point. Yes, so it is good. I'm actually very, very fortunate that I'm not really recognized. Yeah. But yes, removing the facade, the exterior of which I'm known for, it's a painful process. It's like shedding a skin or ripping off a nail or something. You know, it's like it's a whole layer of who I am, and I have to say goodbye to it as it goes off in some boxes somewhere to either for the next movie or for a museum display or whatever. Yeah.
Well, here are like two follow-up questions.
Okay.
What was it like to put it back on after such a long time, coming back for the newer trilogy? And then what was it like hanging it up again after this new run?
Again. Yeah. We had a lot of, let's see, first part of that question. Well, it was very different returning to Nien Nunb in the new trilogy because in the original Return of the Jedi, he was a big hand puppet, a big Muppet. So I worked the mouth, you know, with my hand like a Muppet above my head.
Oh, wow.
As I was laying flat on my back in the seat of the Falcon. So he was actually a puppet. Whereas in the new movies, I wore the head and he was an animatronic. I looked through the eyes and someone worked the face on the radio control.
Talk about range. We talk about actors with range.
It was very, very different. So
you're both a face actor and a hand actor. A lot of people only can do one.
Oh, yeah. Or neither, or none of them.
Or neither.
Jobs. Either. But that's the good thing, you know. I mean, it's great to do lots of these different things and to animate and to act and to produce and direct and whatever, you know. It's like, why not? We don't have to be just one thing. We can be multiple things, just like Mr. Lucas has been. He's right. Yes. You're a director. You're a writer, producer. Are you retired now, by the way, George, or are you still?
I'm working on my museum, the Museum of Narrative Art in Los Angeles. That's sort of my passion project. So I'm retired, but even in retirement, I'm making things happen, you know?
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm pleased to hear that. We'll catch up on that more in a bit. But the second part of your question, Watto, was saying goodbye to it again, right? Yeah. That actually happened several times because, you know, we finished the shoot. And I thought, that's the last time I'll ever get into so my character.
All three of the new films, you assumed this is the goodbye.
No.
Okay.
Because at the end of The Force Awakens, I'm there, you know, waving goodbye to the Falcon, right at the side, at the front.
Yes.
So I knew I was coming back then.
Okay.
And then at the end of The Last Jedi, I was in the Falcon with Finn, schooling him on how to fly, an X-wing. So I knew I'd return after that as well, theoretically. So, but the end of the Rise of Skywalker, we finished principal shooting, and I thought, okay, it's been great. Goodbye. I'll miss you. I hope to see you again one day. But then we got called back for the reshoots, and so there were about two additional times where I thought, I get to do it again, and for a day or whatever. And so it was good. I do hope to be able to return to him at some point, whether it's him as a younger guy or in some Mandalorian or some other thing, or whatever. I don't know. I would love that very much.
I mean, people love Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda or the child, yeah,
right.
Yes.
So where's Baby Nine Numb? Like Baby Yoda needs some friends to play with.
I think that's a good call. I'm sure I could help them with that a little bit.
Yes.
And then Mike, you're also in Rise of the Resistance, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, I've not actually seen the finished thing yet. But
it's very cool.
But all the video screens that you see are me in the same head, the same suit.
Wow.
And then when you see his back, of course, it's an animatronic in the cockpit of the transport ship. For those of you that don't know what that is, Although I did cheat a little bit, and I went on YouTube and watched the full experience of going through the ride to make do, because I can't go on it right now. So I got to see a little bit more that way, which was very, very nice.
That's the safe way to go to a theme park right now, is on YouTube.
It is virtually, yes. It's good. So that was really nice to be a part of it. A part of the Disney ride. I mean, my goodness me. When I was a little kid in England, with my pocket money, I bought a little picture book on Disneyland and looked at all the pictures and thought, wow, look at these rides and these costume characters. And this would be the 1970s. So before most of your times. Except for George.
Yeah, George.
But I thought, well, I'll never ever get there, in my lifetime. But I was like 8 years old or something. But at least I can look at these pictures and think, wow, I was a big Disney fan. Yeah. So I used to draw before I got into Muppets and Puppets, I draw all the cartoons and characters and stuff. I was really into that heavily. And probably had I not gotten into puppets, I might have gotten into illustration or animation or something like that. So
you've touched on a lot of Disney things at this point in your career, because you've done Muppets, you've done Star Wars, you've done Pixar. You were an animator at Pixar for a while.
Yeah, a couple of years.
You're hitting all the targets.
It's weird. So when I visit the theme parks now, there's a bit of Muppets. They're playing the music from Star Wars, and there's Pixar, and it's just like my entire life, almost my entire career is encapsulated now in this one. Under this one roof, sky.
Can I ask? You're a bit of a Skywalker in that sense. Can I ask? You worked on the film Toy Story 2.
Yes.
I think what is sort of commonly accepted to be the greatest of all American films. This is not Watto's personal opinion.
No, of course not.
Right. It's just sort of that is what we all kind of agree upon. It's the gold standard. Now, that is a film that has very impressive animation reproducing puppetry.
Right.
I think there are very few examples of that, of animation so accurately reproducing puppetry.
There's Pinocchio.
But accurately. I feel like there's a lot of technical accuracy to the way Pinocchio, let's be honest, is doing some shit that puppets can't do.
Well,
that guy's on one.
Although, however, they still used a reference marionette Pinocchio for.
Also, I think we're assumed that Stromboli, while obviously a terrible person, is a skilled puppet operator.
Well, okay, George is a Stromboli truther. George has a lot of Stromboli.
No, I'm not a truther. I'd say I'm a Stromboli apologist. The man is shown to have his faults, but I think his technical skill as a puppeteer is unquestionable.
My question was going to be, did you work on any of those Woody's Roundup sequences? Or did you even, did you talk to people who were working on them as someone who had experience in both animation and puppeteer?
Yes, that's a very good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So let's see. So how it worked was, I was getting into computer animation and interested in it being another way of bringing something to life, just like Muppets. Let's see. And so I got recruited in London by Pixar. Went over there in 1997. They were crewing up for Toy Story 2. And I went through Pixar University, graduated. Steve Jobs and Ed Catmull and John Lasseter gave me my graduation certificate. Got pictures of that somewhere. And started work on Toy Story 2. Now, at that time, as some of you will probably know, Toy Story 2 was straight to video. And their big film that they were really focusing on was Pixar film number 2, which was A Bug's Life. So most of their resources went to A Bug's Life. It was, much bigger than what they'd done before. They had a release date that they had to try and meet. So, but I was put onto Toy Story 2 with a we had a whole crew and everything. But I saw an early test that someone had done of a marionette Woody, which just had like maybe 6 strings on it, and it was a little bit. It wasn't animated by a puppeteer. It just looked a little bit sort of almost too hokey, kind of too. Just I thought, no, hang on a minute. So I went and gathered all these resources of Howdy Doody in the States, Jerry Anderson marionettes, the old English marionette shows, and I actually had two Woody marionettes made out of wood with a moving mouth. One that I still have, and John Lasseter has the other one.
That's cool.
So I said, can I do some tests on this, please? And it was sort of right around the time where they were getting in the last several months of key animation for A Bug's Life. So they pulled almost all resources away from Toy Story 2 at that point. And it was down to I think myself and one other animator, Doug Shepik, were the only 2 animators on Toy Story 2. And it was like, where is everybody? Echo. It was really weird. So, but at that time, and this was still straight to video at that time, I got to do some marionette tests. And so I worked with the TDs, like how many strings do we actually want? Where do they attach? And how does the jaw separate? How do the eyes blink? So I said, you could actually have the eyelids are painted on the eyeballs. So when they roll down, it looks like he's blinking. That's on a pull string. That's kind of what they would have done. And if you look closely, some of the animation, when the marionette Woody is speaking, when his eyes blink and when his mouth opens and closes, you can almost sort of see it hitting like it's hitting a little rubber stopper. It sort of has a little bounce in it. So we had the correct strings in the correct places, and I worked on the physics of the sort of pendulum effect that a marionette would have, and tried to make it look like the puppeteer was really trying to control these strings as best they can from above, like trying to do the best job. So rather than just doing a whatever hokey bad job, but to make it look like they were really trying hard to get the attitude and the acting in the puppets. So Bullseye and Woody, and so that's what we did. And I have some recordings of some of those tests that I did. That I think they were on some earlier releases of DVDs and laser discs and stuff. But I might put some up soon. But that stuff got shown to Tom Schumacher, who I think was president of films or whatever he was, animation, I guess, at Disney at that time. And that's when they said, "Oh, this is good enough to be a feature film. Maybe we should actually release this as a feature," which is what we've been saying all along, ourselves. And so at that point, it switched to being a feature film, and then we had to up-res all the textures, go from 4:5 format to 16:9 or whatever it was in the end. Sure. So everything had to be redone, and as soon as I got called over to A Bug's Life for a while. Everybody was on it by the end, but as soon as that was done, then all resources went back to Toy Story 2, and some of the stuff got a bit rewritten, some shots got redone, some scenes were cut. There was actually a scene that I was in the middle of animating, which is the actual end scene of Woody's Roundup. In the film, it's like, well, that's all there is. It got cancelled, But I was actually have a half-finished version of the final scene of Woody's Roundup, the big finish. And it's blocked in. It wasn't finished. And they said, "Stop what you're doing. Everyone stop animating."
The thrilling conclusion of Woody saves the day again?
Yep.
Well, I want to tell Mike, Watto loves Toy Story 2.
I can tell.
Watto really loves Toy Story 2.
Watto.
Mike,
yes.
You don't know how badly I needed that story. Watto is having kind of a rough day. Well, that was really a balm for the soul.
It's good. Well, I'm pleased that you have your Watto-ness back again.
Yes, you've really given me life again.
Yeah, I think George.
As a CGI American, I needed to get a little pep in my step.
No, you're very real. You're very real. Is George falling asleep back there? George, you all right?
No, I'm having trouble because they made me get a laptop and it's ruined HBO Max for me, and I keep losing parts of the Arliss stream.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I thought you'd fallen asleep again. Do you remember that time when you were working as a producer with Jim Henson on Labyrinth?
Yep.
1985. You remember that?
I
And
do.
you remember you flew over from Los Angeles. We were shooting the Goblin Village, right?
Yeah.
Remember? And
Right.
they'd set out your chair, your little director's chair with your name on the back. It said George
Comfortable
Lucas.
chair. It was a comfortable chair, in my defense.
And I don't know if you remember this, but you sat down and you passed out with jet lag. You passed out. And what woke you up was all these people taking photographs of you asleep because they thought it was the funniest thing ever. And, oh, great,
Right.
George is asleep in his chair. Let's take pictures. Click, 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 click. And, of course, that woke you up. However, this is what it was. It impressed me, though. Instead of getting mean or nasty or
No point in
cranky
being
or
nasty or mean.
well, it's not you. It's not you.
Nope.
You just kind of like looked
Good
up
man.
and grinned and smiled and took it in your stride. And I thought that was very, very classy. So well done.
I remember waking up. I don't remember falling asleep. I remember sitting in the chair thinking, this chair feels good. And then I remember people were taking pictures of me, and I thought, that's fine. And then we made Labyrinth.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Now, I have another Toy Story 2 question for you, Mike.
Yes.
How much, because, when people make a comedy, the common question is, oh, you must have laughed while you were making it. And that's not always true. Sometimes it can be very hard to make a comedy. When you were making Toy Story 2, so forgive this if this could be an irritating question, but how much did you cry while making Toy Story 2?
I cried frequently.
Well,
Quite a lot.
Infamously, I mean, you talked about the process of it getting pushed up from direct-to-video to theatrical, which happened on a short time frame. So I feel like all the stories Watto has ever heard about Toy Story 2, and Watto goes out of his way to hear stories about the making of Toy Story 2.
I bet he does, yes.
Are about that sort of crunch of everyone working like 26 hours a day.
We were there, 7 days a week. People were doing their laundry there. They were having their hair cut there. Sleeping in our little cubicle. I had a two-seater sofa in my cubicle that people would sleep on overnight. And I guess it's sort of documented, isn't it? The story of Pixar or something, I think, touches on some of that stuff. And a lot of people had RSI, from overwork and the stress. I think when you're under pressure, you just sort of tighten up. And so it was a difficult time of transition for the company because they suddenly went from this success of this amazing first film, Toy Story, which is what fascinated me so much. I saw that as kind of like the new Muppets in a way. It was a new, great storytelling with fun characters and these inanimate objects being brought to life. So
the second best movie ever made.
Yeah, I mean that's what. That's what kind of drew me into the whole Pixar thing in the first place. Is like these are kind of doing what Henson's did for puppets. These guys are doing for animation.
Yes.
So
it's the same principle. It's time to make the music. It's time to light the lights.
You have to light.
It's time to get things started. These are all the same principles at work.
On the George Lucas show tonight.
Oh, wonderful.
Look at that. Now, Mike, I was going to say, you famously started very young. You started working very young. What was that like growing up in the Muppet world and in the Star Wars world? Because when did you start puppeteering and being in that world? How old were you?
I mean, I was around it a lot as a kid anyway. And I had my own little puppet show that I would do, in a booth with gloves and stuff. And when I was about 8 or 9 or so, and I did auditions for TV. I was pretty rubbish at it, to be honest. I had a magic act as well, and I wasn't any good. But when Muppet Show came along in 1976, I was 12, 13 or something. I don't know. So I sort of became obsessed with that. I wanted to know how all that stuff was how they were worked, how they were built, how everything about it. And there wasn't much information back then. So I bought materials and made my own puppets, practiced in front of the mirror. So I was sort of halfway there when I finally got the job with Muppets on the Great Muppet Caper. I mean, it was like, I was the ultimate fan anyway. So hey, I got to play in Jim's toy shop, basically, in his sand pit, and be taught how to do stuff from Jim and Frank at the same time. Oh, and by the way, we're going to pay you so I could actually buy a bag of chips on the way home on the bus, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just amazing. I mean, both for Muppets, Great Muppet Caper, then The Dark Crystal, and then Return of the Jedi, all within a sort of 2-3 year span, back to back, basically. So I learned everything that I'm still using now, in those few movies, to be honest. And so it was very magical, very special, and it's something that I try to honor and not take for granted. You know, I was very privileged and very, very fortunate.
Mike, you're the best guest we've ever had on this show.
And Mike, I sold Pixar to Disney, and then I sold Star Wars, and I sold all of Lucasfilm to Disney, and Disney owns the Muppets. And are you a Disney fan?
Absolutely. And yes, it's interesting because here's another thing that not many people know, but you'll know this, George.
I know.
Of course, you'll probably even know what I'm going to say before I say it. But in the briefing room scene in Return of the Jedi, right, where Admiral Akbar is talking about the Death Star and everything, right, the holographic Death Star. I'm underneath that table pulling cable controls for Admiral Akbar's eyes and mouth and stuff, whatever version of the puppet we were using. But Tim Rose was I was assisting him basically with Akbar. So I was in that scene. I was underneath that table with the hologram on top. Working cables. But that hologram, I believe, was the very first ever origins of Pixar's software. Was it not?
That's right. It's all
coded
there
by like Tom Duff or somebody like that, I think. But I
Yeah.
believe that was the first.
Pixar, if you like Pixar, go back and watch that hologram because that's the Pixar.
So, right? I bet not many people knew that. Isn't
I don't
that weird
think I
how
know.
it-
Yeah.
I mean,
If you really look at that hologram for long enough, you will start to weep.
yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah,
realize
I
there's something sad. This is a design, something very sad. The Death
I
Star.
mean, I was
The Death Star.
reading-
If you think about how sad the first 10 minutes of Up is, and that's just one lady. Think of what the Death Star does. How many old men are made sad by that?
It's thousands of ups all happening at the same time.
Yeah, well, there were a
How
couple of
many
downs in there as well. But I was weeping, but that was because I caught my nail on a leg, my leg on a nail. I mean, sticking out of the set, and it was weeping for a little bit. But so that's a different kind of.
That's the
thing.
danger of practical work. You
That's-
don't need nails if you're just dealing with billions of ones and zeros.
Yes,
Exactly.
If it's a nail, it's just digital. Can't hurt you.
Mike. People have been in the comments in the chat have been asking Watto to show off the fact that he has a Toy Story blanket behind him. But,
Does he?
But that is wrong. Watto actually has 2 different Toy Story blankets behind him.
Now, did you
coincidence.
did you trade for these, or how did
An
you
argument could be made.
I
that
haggled
you-
for them. Yes.
An argument could be made that you are in fact a Toy Story Darian.
It's an argument can be made. What is this one says? Protecting. I don't know what it says.
Those are big blankets,
These
Watto.
are
Wow.
big blankets. And then there's this one. I guess this one's more of a towel.
Nice. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Those are good
I
ones.
love it. That's
Oh.
very nice.
Put that on a chair. I'll go right to sleep.
Yeah.
Dude, what species are you, Watto?
Toydarian. That's what George was saying. There's kind of an irony. I'm a Toydarian.
I see. So, but do you actually use towels?
No. It's purely decorative.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. That's really what I was getting at.
Yes.
So-
Now, Mike,
Yes,
I have
good
a Force Awakens question because obviously I wasn't around for the Force Awakens production.
Right.
What were you around? How many of the other sort of OG original cast members did you interact with during production?
Actually, pretty much all of them except I didn't run into Mark, funnily enough, because his scenes were all
He's on that
separate,
island.
to my stuff. But yeah, I was.
That's the sore point. There's a lot of boys who are mad that he's on the island. They say he can't be on an island for some reason. They're very
Well,
boys.
no man is an
Mad.
island.
So mad he went to a nice island. Yeah.
But
Were you
otherwise,
around?
everyone else, yeah.
Were you around with Harrison?
Yeah. It was
Were
great
you
because
there were you there when the door for the Millennium Falcon crushed his leg?
Well, I wasn't on. I was actually. It was on M stage at Pinewood, and I was actually walking.
M for my leg.
Yeah, my goodness me. Oh my, that hurts. I was actually walking down this alleyway to enter the stage when it happened, and over the radio came, "Oh, something happened," and it was like we did this U-turn.
Oh, did it?
Around
Something?
again.
Unsol's leg has been shattered.
And then the helicopter arrived and airlifted him out.
Oh my God! I bet Harrison wanted to crash it.
So,
wow.
I bet it took everything. I bet it took everything for those pilots to talk Harrison out of crashing that helicopter somewhere.
Well, he was probably mumbling, and I didn't know what he was saying. He's probably, and they were like, "What are you saying, Harrison?"
Let me fly the plane. Let me fly the plane. I want to land somewhere I'm supposed to.
Like, we can't understand you, Harrison. You're just speaking. You're just mumbling. Enunciate.
How scary was that when he shattered his leg? Were you scared?
Not well. We didn't at the time. We didn't know how bad it was, or how not bad it was, or how good it wasn't, or something. But production shut down for a month. But however, after that month, they'd rewritten some of the script. We went back and reshot some of the stuff with him and Carrie in the resistance area. And actually, the first thing we shot when he was back was the exterior of the Falcon shots. And he just, arrived on set on his bicycle. It's like, okay, like nothing had happened. He was just fine.
He's cool.
He's all right. Is our little Harrison, isn't he?
Wow.
He's a good lad. He's a professional too. But here's the thing: the first time I was on set with him in The Force Awakens, we were shooting the big scene around the whatever that thing's called, the big round thing.
Yeah.
With the other hologram.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of the original cast there, as well as the new guys, all standing around this. I was next to Carrie there. And each person was kind of given a line, to just pepper in, back and forth. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny. I think people got kind of a little bit intimidated because suddenly here was, there was Chewie and there was 3PO and here was Harrison and here was all these iconic characters, as well as the new guys. And I think everyone just, plus a bunch of extras, 100 of extras around us or whatever. I think everyone kind of got intimidated because almost everybody screwed up their line except for Harrison. Wow. And you just nailed it.
He's a craftsman. He'll say this, acting is a craft.
Yeah.
It's about telling stories.
Well, he came to set prepared and he wasn't intimidated by himself, I guess. Yeah. So,
He is a professional actor and an amateur pilot, and there's a difference. Well, he flies for the love of it. He doesn't fly for money, and that's why he lands where he wants, flies where he wants.
But he never crashed a piece of dialogue on set. So.
Oh, very well said.
Now you were not only were you a performer in films with Yoda, you were directed by Yoda. You worked on Little Shop of Horrors, didn't you?
That's correct. Yes, 1986.
Frank film.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
That was actually really hard because here we were pushing, tons of rubber the size of a car around on giant sticks and breaking all the cables, and we all had necks out here by the time we were done because how
many people are operating that Audrey 2, the big plant?
The biggest one at the end for Mean Green Mother, we got up to about 60 puppeteers, 60 puppeteers.
60. Wow.
So otherwise normally would be just around, 20 or 15 or something.
Did you do a lot of work in the original ending that got cut? Because there's a lot of plants in that.
I did. We had, because we worked with the Richard, what was his name? Richard, the special effects guy, Richard Conway. Yeah. so Richard Conway did most of those miniatures, like 12th scale. So we performed things like the vines over the Statue of Liberty and that kind of stuff, all crawling over. So yeah, I worked on some of that stuff too. Nice to see that it finally got released as a special.
It's on HBO Max.
Special edition.
currently.
That's a special edition.
Special editions. We love special editions, do we not,
I love 'em.
people?
Oh, it's when you take a movie and you don't finish it, and then you finish it.
And then you
That's a
finish
great
it. Like for example, removing the Sice Noodles puppet and replacing it with CG.
Out of there.
Right?
Bye-bye, puppet. Now you're digital.
Now
Now,
you're digital.
Mike, was that the conflict of interest for you as someone who has puppeteered both latex and CGI?
What do you prefer?
Where do you land on something like that?
You know
Digital
what?
or digital? Digital
You
or
know what?
digital? Digital.
Press the digital. Press the
Prestidigitation.
digitation. You know what though? They both belong. There's a place for both of
All
them.
storytelling.
And
It's all about
they
storytelling.
need, it's all storytelling, and you need to. Well, we're getting to a place now where people are actually learning, how to use each one for the best of what they do, and how to bring them together. How to. Well, that's fine, but you've had your day, George. But it's time for the new kids to come in and learn from what you've done.
Making every teen, all these boys are furious.
You laid the groundwork for a whole new industry, George. Let's be honest. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you right now.
I mean, I literally wouldn't be here. He had to render me,
Yeah.
I'd probably still be here.
Okay,
So
this is not about you,
Patrick would still be here, but So what a fantastic thing, it's great.
Yeah.
Now, you've worked with my buddy Steve, haven't you?
Mm.
You work on Jurassic 3.
I worked on Jurassic Park 3.
Which he produced. Steve didn't direct it, but he produced it.
I saw him on Roger Rabbit, of course, because I worked on Roger Rabbit.
Right.
So, and that was with Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall, of course. Frank Marshall directed.
That's right. Don't tell that to all the angry boys. They'll say she ruined Roger Rabbit.
They ruined Roger Rabbit. Well,
right now, I can feel a Reddit thread forming up by a bunch of angry boys who are unhappy with the way their lives turned out, who are going to find some way of saying that she ruined Roger Rabbit.
Mike, don't you think we need a Roger Rabbit sequel? I was talking about this the other day. I think it's wild we never got it.
Well, we almost did. There was a script written,
Yeah.
and I know that Kathleen and the guys wanted to make it, and I don't remember what scuppered it in the end. Whether it was literally timing, finances,
rights or something. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what the reason
was. It about the dawn of limited animation?
It could have been. It might. Yeah, it was a long time ago. So
that's where I'd go with the story. That's where I'd go with the just like I think that's where you need to go is when because Toontown is fully animated, right?
Yes.
Everything it's full animation. I think the introduction of limited animation is more terrifying than Dip.
George, how long have we known each other? How much time have we spent together?
A lot.
That is truly the nerdiest joke I have ever heard you make. That the major conflict of Roger Rabbit 2 would be the rise of UPA.
Not just UPA, but Hanna-Barbera making the shift from Fred Quimby Productions, where they did fully animated, to television productions. The introduction. What would be more terrifying to Roger Rabbit than a 1970s Filmation character?
And Ricochet Rabbit.
Yeah, Jay Ward characters, Hanna-Barbera, the Hair Bear Bunch, the Flintstones, all of these.
Top Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these characters should be animated in ways that almost feel like they're very reality. You make a trilogy. The second one is about the dawn of budgets being cut. We start to see instead of 1950s era Warner Brothers characters, we're suddenly seeing the Patty Free League efforts of the 1960s. We're seeing Cool Cat. We're seeing Merlin the Mouse. We're seeing Bunny Claw.
Right, Ralph Bakshi.
Yes, we start to see Fritz the Cat in full animation, and he's getting an erection, and all of these things are terrifying. He's having an orgy in the bathroom. Then for the third film, that's when you enter into the Katzenberg resurgence of animation and the dawn of Pixar. And what does it mean for Roger Rabbit to meet fully rendered 3D characters?
I love that. why don't you put your money where your mouth is and bring me on board, man?
He's retired. He's retired.
I got the museum. I got giving money away to charity, and there's a chair right over there that's got my nap on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've earned it honestly, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've earned it honestly.
Movies are a young man's game. When you get to my age, you just want to make a museum and give your money away to education.
Yeah. How are your kids, by the way?
Great. They're doing great.
Yeah. Do they still like going to Chili's with you?
Well, yeah, when I can convince them. Yeah, I mean, I always got to argue for that. Let's go to Chili's. You want to go to Chili's?
I saw you there many
I want
times.
to get an old timer. I want to order an old timer.
In the San Rafael Chili's. You still go there?
Yeah. I'll go there sometimes by myself. I'll fall asleep in the chair, and I'll wake up, and people are taking a picture of me.
Yeah, not me. I wouldn't do that. I would never. I might point and laugh, but I would never actually take the picture.
Mike, George has never talked about that, so that's a great fact, and thank you so much for telling us.
Yes, and it's very much canon.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
All right.
Do you still talk to Linda Ronstadt, by the way?
Great question, Mike.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you came by with Linda Ronstadt when we were doing when we were rehearsing the Wild Things, the Fire Gang with on Labyrinth? Yeah, you brought her by, didn't you?
Mike, please remind him in detail. He's an old man, and he might not remember all of the specifics.
Yeah.
So, this was a fundraising goal for charity today for him to pull up a photo.
Are we at the point where I have to do another kiss?
I believe we are. I believe we are.
Kiss Linda Ronstadt on his phone.
2000. Hang on. Here we go, George.
Oh, I have to do it twice. We passed it twice.
Okay.
Oh,
it's so sweet.
Isn't she nice?
Oh, the second kiss, and now here's the third.
Okay. Every $1,000 he has to do this, Mike.
You've done that before, haven't you? I've
she went away. She went away just like before.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, wait, Mike. Now, can you regale us in detail with the story of him bringing Linda to the fire dance?
She was. Well, the thing is,
that's a really good effect.
You know, Linda knew us guys, and she knew Jim Henson already because she was on the Muppet Show. And I actually, when I was still at school and visiting the Muppet Show, I saw her perform Blue Bayou with the frogs on the Muppet set. Yeah. So she was barefooted because she was walking on some turf in this Bayou set, and I remember her like being really freaked out because there might be worms in the turf. What if I get worms on my feet? Ew. So that was kind of funny. But she was a sweetheart, wasn't she, George? Isn't she? I should say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I've never kissed her, but
good at kissing.
Wow. I mean, but I enjoy her singing.
We all do.
We all do.
Yes.
Although she doesn't sing anymore, which is,
She sings on my Spotify.
Yes. Do you have Spotify Premium, or do you listen to the ads, Mike?
No, I've got the premium.
Oh, you got to get the premium. It's worth it.
No,
I know I'm saying that as a billionaire, but you got to get it.
No,
you don't want to always.
I had to. I was done with the ads. It's like, and no. It's the way to go. I mean,
Mike, have you seen? I want to ask. Well, since we're talking about music, have you seen Strange Magic?
No.
Do you know what it is?
Some of my buddies worked on that. Actually. Yeah.
All right. I'm just glad that you've heard of it.
It did really well as well. It was a big success, wasn't it? 3,000
screens, lowest grossing animated film to ever show on 3,000 screens.
Broke records.
It's something to be proud of, though, isn't it?
Yes.
It was on Disney Plus. They keep putting it on Disney Plus and then yanking it because I think it's one of those things like a holiday special sort of. But I really hope they put it back up for the summertime because I think it's it's very much a Midsummer Night's Dream kind of film.
Yeah,
so I feel like what better month for Disney Plus to put it up than July? That's literally in the middle of summer.
Good call, Mr. Lucas, man.
Right.
Oh,
someone saying it was on Telemundo a few weeks ago. Could this be verified? Strange Magic was on Telemundo?
I don't know. That's what someone's saying.
All right.
It's Mike, exciting. Thank you. This was very great.
Mike,
you were able to come by.
To see you.
Greatest guest we've ever had, like a spa for the soul. I cannot tell you.
Well,
Watto was on the brink before you joined this live.
Well, I'm sure you say that to all the guests, but thank you anyway.
I truly don't. I usually treat them with utter contempt.
And we're almost at $3,000, which is great. We're not super far into the stream, so that's really awesome.
Amazing.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mike. I hope you'll come back at some point, because I feel like we just scratched the surface, but
we barely grazed the surface from around the corner and 3 miles away. So yeah, there's so much more to dig in. George has fallen asleep again. Wake up, George!
George! Oh my God!
So great to have you on the stream.
Thank you. Yeah, good to see you all again.
Mike, can I show you? Can I show you one thing before you sign off? I want to show you.
I don't know.
It's not going to be explicit.
What those days of Watto's life are behind him. He doesn't.
Oh my goodness for that. Because
Mike, how has it been? I assume you're not doing any conventions this year. Have you been doing any digital conventions?
Yeah, I did a couple actually, and some through the mail signings right now, and bulk signings and stuff like that. So just a little bit to kind of keep things going for everybody and to prove that I'm still alive. So
we should plug your website, because you have a lot of good stuff on your website, right? You have a lot of video stuff.
What do I have? I mean, basically, I sort of got a main page where people can either look at my Puppetry Academy or they can go to the autograph page. And I think there's about another week or two left where people can mail stuff in to me and I'll sign it in return, or they can get 8x10s and stuff. But it's shall I give out the name of the site?
Yeah, go for it.
So it's
on the banner.
www.qzopia.com, which is QZOPIA.com/Mike Quinn, I think, or autographs, I think, or either of those two. But anyway, if you just put in Qzopia, it won't work. It'll take you to one of my old sites. So something like that. I think that works. Yeah. But anyway, that's
Mike,
just for.
I have a question. Do you happen to have a Nyan Num mask where you live? Do you have a mask?
Yes.
Because I think it would be nice, because that's an important message this year. Wear a mask. Like that's the way for people to stay safe.
Wow.
Hang on.
Wonderful.
So we have this. Okay, we have that, which
perfect.
Worked quite well, though. And then, if you really want to go the full thing, you can actually wear the real thing, like that. Or what I thought would be really fun is to go really meta and actually have the mask. Wear the mask. Now, wouldn't that be?
That is safe.
How cool would that be?
Wow.
I mean, that's like
wow.
And then I thought, oh man, what a great moneymaker! What if people printed up masks of their own face, so that when you wore a mask, it still looked like your face?
Looks like your face, yeah.
Right? Instead of this weird thing that that way, and you could have a silly grin on your face or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, why aren't people doing that? It's a moneymaker right there, people.
It would be so great if everyone would buy both of the Nyan Num masks and wear them. I'd love it if that would catch on. So you just go outside, you see all these double masked Nyan Nums.
Yeah, you call it a double num. Are you double numbing it?
Everyone,
double num.
Try the double num. You'll like it.
All right, Watto, show your thing.
I was going to show.
I don't want to see Watto in a mask because I think that would just look wrong.
It's hard. We've gone through it in past weeks. It's tough. But from here, all you can see on my wall are Arliss and Watto art, right?
Okay.
But from another angle, one of the few other things I have hanging on my wall, it's the scene you were talking about. It is Jesse, Woody, and Bullseye watching the cliffhanger of Woody's finest hour, rapt attention edge of their seats. Yes, that's me, and I have it framed on my wall because that is the happiest Watto has ever been. His entire life was watching that scene in that movie.
Oh,
I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. You look a little. Your blue has become refreshed.
You've brought me life. So thank you for appearing on the live stream, but also for all the work you've done in your incredible career.
Well, thank you too. Yes, it's great fun. Great fun. So
awesome.
Excellent.
Thank you, Mike. This was great.
Thank you, Mike.
Take care,
Mike.
and
Stay
I'll see
safe.
you all again soon. Nice to see you all again. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we should probably start the next episode, right?
I was auto playing. I
also auto played. I'll tell you where we are. Hang on.
Auto played.
I auto played
because it was gonna. I didn't want to restart it.
I didn't want to stop Mike.
Yeah,
he was on a roll.
We're at 21 54, 55, 56.
I have a huge announcement as well.
Yes.
Papa John's does not deliver to my neighborhood.
Oh, no.
I found that out. I figured it out about 30 seconds after Mike came on.
Oh, no.
But look, he was food for the soul.
He's great.
I feel less close to death now.
Hey, guys, I do want to say, big update.
Big update.
I'm going to bring it on screen in 1 second. We've passed $3,000.
Whoa. Whoa. So just let's remind people, last week in total.
Last week in total.
I think it was 51.46, maybe.
Oh, man, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. This feels it feels validating. It feels vindicating. All I have to say is yippee.
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 George.
What about it?
George, what's going on? George, hang on. Let's talk about this. What's going on? I feel like you got a computer and now you're paying less attention to the stream.
Well, it's harder because now I have the live stream reading comments. It keeps interfering with my iPad, so I keep having to refresh HBO Max in ways that I haven't had to before.
Yeah.
And before, if I needed to do research, I would only do it when necessary. But now I have all these temptations. You've put all these temptations in front of me with this.
I can't believe this has turned into our fault.
I can't believe this. I cannot figure out.
I warned you. This is exactly like when Yoda and Obi-Wan said, "Don't go help your friends."
Yeah.
Let them
They
die.
were both wrong.
I cannot figure out if this is him vindictively trying to pay off the bit, or if George knew something about himself that he was trying to warn us.
Why not both? I don't see why both can't be true.
You got some kind of trickster Bugs Bunny energy this week.
George. I've got Arliss just said adios to end the episode.
Wow.
So we've now ended episode 3 in with the new.
Yeah.
And the next one is episode 4. There's no I in team. Are we just going to roll right through? Or
No,
are we
let's hold up because we have a few minutes. So let's, we should make some stretch goals because we don't have any stretch goals. I feel like we're doing well, but I still want to pop in some more goals.
Well, and now we need to figure out a new plan for what Watto is going to eat.
Yes.
Why? Why do we need to do that?
Because Papa John's does not deliver to Watto's neighborhood.
What is deliverable to your neighborhood?
All right, so
Just Chili's?
Let me check.
We should also have maybe Sharpling decide. I think he's still in here. Arby's, Watto? Are there Arby's?
I'm
Arby's delivers in
opening
Manhattan.
windows. I'm checking options. I'm looking at Chili's first.
Yeah, guys, a reminder, 4,200, we watched Scoob after this, and we are at 3,100.
What's the next goal?
The next goal is you kissing an ex again.
Yes, you got to
Okay,
kiss
and then what?
And then Scoob at 42.
You got to set some more goals.
Yeah.
All right. I want to say this because someone was just me putting on my jacket. That's not on there right now, is there?
No. Would you like to put it on?
No, I'd like to do something else that's more fun because I honestly have to tell you, I don't know if you can tell exactly because this is part of what's happening today.
Yeah.
It's so hot here
Yeah.
that at a certain point, if you want me to make myself hotter, the trade-off is going to be I'm going to be less engaged. I am probably going to fall asleep on the stream. If that's what you want, that's fine. But I'm willing. I'd like to do some goals that make me more engaged, that make me more of a storytelling participant in the story of Arliss season 7. You know?
Well, then why don't you come up with some other goals to fill the time if you don't want to put your jacket on?
Well, give me a number.
People are suggesting Ice Bucket Challenge.
Ice Bucket Challenge remains at the same place it was last week.
I don't remember what it was last.
It's a high. That's a high number. We don't want to do that.
I don't think it should be that high. I also think something needs to wake George up.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I have an idea for. And the thing is, I'm gonna save the Ice Bucket Challenge for next week.
I'll say this. I'll do the Ice Bucket Challenge.
There we go. Put it on the board. Let's look at that spreadsheet again.
I'll do it.
And it looks like there is a Chili's in Secaucus, New Jersey that would deliver to Watto.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's going to be an expensive delivery, right?
It's also gonna
I don't.
take forever.
I mean, look, with the original deal was 2 hours wait, and we're now over an hour.
Yeah.
Watto is committed to doing whatever it takes to raise money for a very important cause. Because this week, of course, we are raising money for rain.
People are saying, hang on. People are saying, I just want to take my shirt off on the stream again. And you know what? I won't deny it.
Ice bucket challenge.
I won't deny it.
We're at 3,000 right now. George Kiss is an X. I'm looking at what's a good space for the ice bucket. Do we want to make it 5,000?
Sure. I'll do 5,000.
And let's fill in some of these.
Wait. Shouldn't it be 5145?
Why?
Because that was where we were last week.
Fine. Okay. Yes. Ice bucket at 5145.
I hope it's during the
At
finale.
3,500. At 3,500, I'll do something for the nerds.
Or also, you gotta stop talking about those angry boys so much.
Why?
Tom
They
Sharpling.
don't watch this. They don't watch this.
Probably do. Tom Sharpling is asking what
Those
condiments
boys.
Watto has in his fridge. He has Cranch, mayo chip, and whatever the third one is. The 3 abnormal Heinz mashup condiments.
Yeah.
I would
Patrick,
put them on anything I order.
Patrick, no one who's angry about Star Wars is watching this.
Hey, this is a real question. If there's
Yeah.
anyone who's angry about Star Wars in the chat, please comment. I am angry about Star Wars.
And then go to the river.
Oh wait.
Walk into the
Somebody
river.
says, how about you
Stand in the river.
Watto soup?
Are we saying that Watto soup would be a bowl of Cranch? I think it's mayo Q and what's the other one? I'm already forgetting. I'm saying there has to be a big number attached to that.
I don't know.
And I'm
What?
saying a lot of people are angry about Star Wars. At your nearest convenience, find a river, go stand in it. Don't take your shoes off. Go stand in the river and think about what you're angry about until you're not angry anymore.
Not a lot of people saying I'm angry. There's
Yeah, so it should be easy. 12 of you, go find the nearest river.
Yeah.
Be safe about this.
Yeah.
Walk into the river.
Yeah.
And then say out loud what you're angry about.
Yeah.
And say it until you stop being angry and you can enjoy the fact that you either like Star Wars or you don't like Star Wars.
Yeah.
But they're just space movies for children.
I want to ask this sincerely.
Yeah.
What has happened to us? Why are we flying so wildly off the rails this week?
I truly
I
don't know. Hang on.
I know. I 100% know why.
Let's start the next episode before we get into this
I'll
discussion.
see if I can. I'll see if I can.
Okay, here we go. You ready? George, why don't you count down?
5, 4, 3,
Watto?
2,
Yes.
1, go.
Did it go, George?
It went.
Okay.
Problem is it freezes up. So when we
George,
get to 3,500, I'll do something nice for the nerds.
Yes, done.
And then $1,000 later, I'll do something exciting for the nerds. How about that?
I truly don't understand how getting more equipment somehow made it more difficult for George to do these live streams.
Because when I was on the phone, I was focused. All my attention just went into that phone.
Didn't you like being able to do that second screen experience?
Then you muted me.
Like we were watching Low Winter Sun. You were able to bring up your second screen experience, George. It was great.
There's no such thing as a
AMC
low
TV.
winter sun. Ridiculous.
Okay, now let's watch Arliss in the Parade, because if we ever talk to Bobby again, and that is the biggest if.
Yes.
If. I want to talk to him about this parade.
Mhm.
I want to, people are saying this, I want to put this on the record. $7,000 Watto soup. Okay, so it's $7,000 mayo chip, Cranch, and whatever the mayo Q or whatever the fuck it's called. I put them in a bowl and I eat it with a spoon.
Is it okay? You're gonna get mad that I'm asking this.
What?
Is it cold? Is it hot? Because soup is normally hot. Watto.
Yeah. Yes, I'll say this. I'll do it whatever fucking way. I don't care if we raise $7,000.
Yeah.
Watto has no ego.
Yeah. From you guys. You guys need to get us to $7,000.
Yes.
Or your friends. Your friends. I will say our views, we have more people watching now than we normally do, which is great.
Yes.
Because people want to see, they want to see how it ends.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
If you guys are watching and you're like, I can't donate $40, $50, send us $5. Send us $1. We'll take anything. It's great. And also a good reminder, if you send $25, you got a signed photo from Robert Wolf.
And $25.
And this is very real. This is a very real thing. Let me bring up a picture. Someone posted a picture last night. I think they got one.
And
People don't believe it's real. It sounds too good to be true.
Watto is very disorganized. Watto has yet to ship out any of the items that he needs to ship out to people who have donated money.
Yeah.
Bobby has sent out every single headshot.
Yeah. Look at it. That's a great headshot. That's also a new headshot.
It's a new headshot.
So if you donated a few weeks ago and you're like, I like this headshot of Arliss himself, but I want one of Robert Wolf.
Yes.
You can get it.
You can make a custom request. Yes.
So $25. And if you email your address, I might have your address, but if you email to the George Lucas Talk Show at gmail.com, we'll make it happen. Even Sharpling's on board. Look at this. Wool is cool. I agree.
Wool is very cool. He's a cool guy. Bobby's a cool guy.
He's also in, I don't know if you guys saw this, he's in the Jason Reitman Princess Bride Quibi remake.
That's right.
He's playing the Peter Falk role in one scene.
What I would give for a quick bite right now.
How many Quibi remakes feature someone who wrote Oscar jokes for an original cast member of
Cedric Yarborough of Reno 911 didn't do that.
No.
No.
Liam Hemsworth of
No.
Cherry's The Most Dangerous Game show didn't do that.
No.
Yeah. Yes, I know people are confused by Jason Reitman Princess Bride Quibi remake. If you Google it, you'll find it.
It's another thing. Lots of threads right now of people getting angry about it, then realizing what it is, then being like, oh, I was a fool to be angry about it. They go to the river.
Yeah, go to the river.
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 Go to the river. If you're mad, go to the river.
If you're mad, go to the river.
The camera work has gotten... Are they filming Arliss with a different lens in season 7?
It does look different. Do you think, here's a good question that if we ever talk to Bobby again, we can ask him. Do you think there are 16:9 versions of Arliss out there?
Well, I wonder.
I don't think so, because was Arliss shot on film or video? Do we know if the native
this is film.
Watto was shot on both.
Watto, I know, was shot on both. Watto has range. But Arliss, what is the native format?
I think it's got to be video, right?
No, this is film. There's no way this is video.
I don't think it's...
You would know if this was shot on video. 1990s, 2000 video. The frame rate. This is shot on film. Friends was shot on film. This is shot on film.
No, I guess you're probably
HBO.
Right.
The last HBO thing that was shot on video was Tanner 88.
I bet no Twitch streams are talking about Tanner 88 today.
Just several times a week during these live streams, Watto just has a true disassociative moment where he pulls back from what's happening and thinks about the conversation he is having, the subjects that are being discussed.
What's happening? What are we talking about?
We're talking about how Arliss was shot. Watto and George Lucas are discussing the native shooting format of Arliss season 8.
7.
It's 7. It's episode 80 episodes, 7 seasons. I haven't eaten anything.
Did you order anything?
I'm trying to order from Chili's.
Order
and
something from
either
Chili's.
delivery is free or I get free chips and salsa, and I'm trying to make the decision.
I mean, the Cena Brothers is asking, remember life pre-Arliss? Me neither.
I cannot remember. George,
Mm-hmm.
we got to
What?
get you engaged.
How do we do it?
Oh, I'm engaged.
No, you're not. You're
Believe
married.
me, I'm engaged.
You're married.
You're married. You're right. But with the stream.
Yeah.
Do
Well, I
we
gotta
need-
watch Arliss.
Do we need to turn off the laptop? Is this somehow? Do we need to create a stretch goal for you to turn off the laptop and return to streaming off of your phone?
Hold on.
Is that what we need to do?
George, what's the stretch goal?
Just give me a minute. I'm doing something important for
We've
this.
given you an hour and a half, George.
What are you talking about?
What is so exciting on your phone? You're saying it's important for this? Are you
Yeah,
texting
for the live
Sandra,
stream.
George? George, are you texting
for-
Sandra? What are you doing?
If you're not
for the
texting
live stream.
Sandra, I don't know what value.
George, have you been the one to break through to Sandra? Is that what this
No,
is?
I haven't been. I haven't been. I'm just saying.
Someone's asking if you're texting.
I need you to
Jessica
trust
Ferrer.
me.
Okay,
Okay, we'll trust you.
we're
Trust
giving
me.
you a lot of
I
rope
just need you to trust me.
George.
To quote Dr. Henry Jones Jr. Trust me.
When does he say that?
I'll show you. Google it.
I'll show you. Google it.
I'll show you. Google it.
I'll
He
show you.
says.
Here.
He says. I'll show you. Google it.
Oh boy. What are you? Okay, great. Great. There, he said it. Is that what you were doing?
Fuck you. Fuck you,
Wait,
Patrick.
wait.
I never say that. Fuck you.
What just happened? I was trying to do checkout on my chili order.
He showed me a cartoon of Indiana Jones with a speech bubble that said, "Trust me."
Look at that.
Yeah, he doesn't say "Trust me."
It's the tagline for the poster. That's what.
Is it?
It's the tagline for Temple of Doom, Patrick. Fuck you. Look for the original theatrical one sheet for Temple of Doom.
I believe you. I believe you.
I'm working so hard to make this stream good,
George,
and you are treating me like fucking Gary Kurtz.
I have truly never heard George curse this much in my life. Like it's jarring.
people are saying we're broken, and I agree.
So angry. I'm so hot right now. I'm so
Go
hot right now.
inside!
I'm the temperature.
George.
I don't care what your apps say. Hold on. What? Are you screaming at me, Patrick?
Go inside.
Go
Get a
inside.
fan. What does
No
it take?
No one is keeping you outside.
I already have more fans. I have more fans than I know what to do with.
Ice bucket challenge.
I'm gonna do it.
No, but maybe
I'm
he
gonna do that
should
next
do it.
week.
You're gonna do it next week, George? We got a lot going on next week. Next week, I want to remind everybody. Next week, we will be watching all of 1600 Penn, the 2012-2013 NBC show, starring Josh Gad, Bill Pullman, Jenna Elfman, Robbie Amell, Andre Holland, Martha McCallum. So many people are in this show. I'm not saying they're all going to be on the stream, but so many people are in this show. You can buy the whole season on Amazon for $10. There's a lot of people coming on the stream next week.
Meanwhile, George is texting someone, complaining about being too hot, but refusing to do the ice bucket challenge.
George, are you ordering a fan on Amazon that'll be here in like an hour?
The more you talk about what I'm doing, the worse
You know
it's
what?
going to be.
Watto, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mute George. I'm going to
Mute
mute George.
Mute him.
He's muted. You're muted.
He's been muted.
You're muted.
George has been shadow banned. Okay, so Watto is now going to crowdsource his Chili's order.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, to-go alcohol is not available for delivery from the Secaucus location. He wanted to get the Presidente Margarita kit. That is what Watto is looking to get.
Now, Watto, I believe there's a Chili's in Astoria.
All I'm telling you is that,
I could order Chili's for dinner is what I'm saying.
oh, I like that idea.
If you order Chili's, I'll order Chili's.
I'm ordering Chili's. I mean, it's a matter of how much Chili's I'm ordering, but I am ordering Chili's.
Yeah.
The menu is an embarrassment of riches. I mean, we have the Guiltless Grill, Chicken Crispers, I have fajitas in the cart already.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, maybe George should order chilies as well, since we know it's canon that he loves chilies.
He's still talking like he thinks he's on the stream.
He's not. He's been shadow banned. What do we do? We got to.
I don't know what's going on.
And I feel like Watto started the stream being like, bad mental health week for Watto.
Yes.
Getting over a cold. I haven't eaten. I threw the thing out the window. I chugged the energy drink on an empty stomach. Like Watto started out like in a bad place.
Yes.
And he's rallied.
Yeah.
And George is just, it feels like going further and further afield.
Yes.
This laptop thing, we broke him.
It's not even a good laptop.
It's not. I cannot overstate. We got him a brand new laptop.
Wait, hang on. George is gone, and I do want to say he's done this bit to me a few times this week. I guarantee you he will do it at one point on the stream. He will pretend like it's a touchscreen and he can't figure out why it's not working. I just want to throw my shot because he has walked away from the computer, so he doesn't know I'm saying.
I just want to make it very clear. We bought him a laptop that is brand new, like a new model as well, but not open box, not refurbished. That cost, I believe, $160.
Yeah,
this is a $160 laptop. This pretty much is only good for the purposes of what we're doing on this live stream. And George is acting like suddenly he has too many options with a device that I imagine if you have two windows open at the same time, catches on fire. And he's acting like he can't get the framing right. That's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
We already had him get hyped. He drank some sort of green Dagobah swamp juice that somehow made him more sluggish.
Yes.
Like, I'm not even angry. I'm like, how do we solve this? We need George.
Be a way.
We got to get some life back in him for the sake of my friend George and for the sake of the stream. Like, we've raised a lot of money so far, but we have hours left to go.
Look, he's not even here. He left.
He's not even here. What do we got to do? What do we got to do?
Okay, let's take some suggestions in the chat. What do you guys think will bring George back to the regular world?
These aren't even like stretch goals. They're like,
These are just
right? Like Watto and Patrick, they have no dignity anymore. They'll do anything you suggest. But it's literally let's creatively outsource and crowdsource ideas for how to make George engaged again.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like Mike was like just dropping 2 scoops at a time, like the fucking son from the Raisin Bran box. Like he was giving us the goss.
I know. George was falling asleep.
George was literally falling asleep.
A man who has worked on 5 Star Wars movies.
I just don't understand what's happening.
I don't know either. We're talking to the guy who's worked on so many Star Wars movies, and George is bringing up Jay Ward again.
Every week, George is trying to push his anti-Jay Ward agenda.
All right, we're bringing him back in.
Okay, George is back.
Hi, George.
Hi, George.
Furious with both of you.
You're furious with us?
This is not on us, George. This is not on us.
Okay.
Not on us.
George, think of the things that Patrick and Watto have done for the sake of this stream. And dare I say it, George? You're throwing a tanty. You're throwing a child's tanty. And who knew that getting you a laptop would suddenly turn you into Jeff Winger from the TV series Community, unable to look up from your cell phone.
George,
are you still? Oh my God.
George, you better be getting Steve on the stream.
This better be so fucking incredible. Whatever this is you're working on.
What could you be doing?
He's muted himself.
He's muted himself. He muted himself. I can't unmute him.
He muted himself.
I tried to unmute him. Should we pull him from the stream again?
Is this the week that George goes from Anakin to Darth Vader? Like, has he become the central antagonist of the George Lucas talk show?
Okay, so if he's Anakin to Darth Vader, who are you and I?
I don't fucking know at this point.
I think you might be Obi-Wan. And I'm like a Plo Koon.
Are you Luke Skywalker? Are you
hang on. Am I Padme?
Oh boy, you might be Padme.
I think I'm Padme.
But no, I feel like you're the one who now needs to bring balance to the Force. Can we unmute him, or did he?
No, we can't. He muted himself. George, we're losing money because you are doing this. It doesn't even seem like he cares.
I'm not placing my order for Chili's because I'm trying to overcompensate.
Yes.
For George's lack of engagement with the live stream.
Yes.
How do we solve this?
Should I? I'm going to pull him. I'm going to pull him. He's out. He's out for good. We're done.
Okay, here's a question.
Yeah.
Do we need to find a new host for the George Lucas talk show? Because can I say it? There has been some interest. I mean, people have been circling. Can I say it?
I think you can say that. I would say, I don't know if that will solve the issue that we're at.
All I'm going to say is another very controversial, with his own fandom, elderly white man who created a wildly successful media franchise has put in some offers. He's been sort of Jay Lenoing the George Lucas talk show, going behind George's back to Patrick and saying, like, hey, you know, do you think George is going to retire again?
Hey, Patrick, I know you're doing this. Would you be up to be running my show too?
Yes.
You know, like that kind of stuff.
There is interest.
Yeah, let's not even think about it. Let's figure out what this is. We need to solve this problem here now.
Yes.
Because this is much more of an urgent matter.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, what's the thing we can do that George will like? Like, let's think about what gets
we just try to be really nice to him?
Okay, let's try to be really nice to him.
You think that's gonna solve it?
Let's try it. Let's bring him back.
Okay, hang on. I'm updating the amount. Okay. We are currently at George. He's not even here.
We're
at 3238, which is great. George is really giving nerds in like $250.
Like, I understand that Sharpling donated 1,000 of that, but still, this is like the greatest pace we've been on for donations.
Yeah, which I'm nervous it's going to slow down, and I don't want that to happen.
It can't.
Tell your friends.
Yes.
Tell your friends who aren't watching. Be like, hey, I know you're not donating any money. Send $10 to these guys. They can Venmo it to me. It's fine. I'll put it in the coffer. A lot of people have been doing it. It's very easy. We'll add it all up. We'll put it all in.
Okay, now wait a second. This is being suggested in the chat.
Yes.
I like the idea first, trying to sort of kill him with kindness, lure him in with some sweetness. Yes. Try to make this as pleasant for George as possible.
Sure.
But if that doesn't work, what's the one thing that scares George most in the world?
Kathleen?
Having his content stolen by Disney.
Oh, sure.
What if we tell George that Disney is trying to steal the George Lucas talk show?
Okay, so here's what's going to happen.
Yes.
Wait, do we try to... Let's kill him with kindness first.
Yes.
And then I'll pretend like I get a call and I'll go on mute and
Bob
pretend like
Iger.
it's Disney calling. Unless you want to do it. Would you rather do it or do you want me to do it?
No, you're the producer.
I'm the producer. Okay.
I'm just talent. Okay. I wouldn't be part of that call. They wouldn't loop me.
But I imagine they have your number before they have mine.
Yes, but please.
I am. Wait, no, hang on. I am in roster. If they need to look up Disney employees, they could just find it through that.
Exactly. And pointedly, Bob Iger has had Watto's number for years, and I've been waiting by the phone, and I have yet to be called in for any of this new Star Wars content.
Yeah.
Whereas
thank you to the person thank you to the person who just sent me $1 on Venmo. Keep it coming.
Okay, so we got to kill him with kindness, and then we have to put the fear of God into George.
Yes.
By the fear of God, I mean the fear of Iger.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a retired filmmaker, but above all else, he's an independent.
Okay, so we're going for Iger and not Chapek. Don't you think it would make more sense to be Chapek at this point?
It could be either. I mean, I feel like, well, let's be honest, it feels like Iger's taken control of the wheel again, right?
I'll let you handle that. I'm not touching that one.
I feel like even Iger said, like, he was like, look, I was ready to push back, but like shit's gotten real bad. I'm getting more hands-on again. Yeah. Let's say it's Iger and Chapek. Let's say it's a conference call.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Sure.
This episode of Arliss is wild, by the way. There was just some crazy camera work. I think Coburn in another episode.
Really? I haven't seen Coburn in this one.
It looked like I saw Coburn, but also, let's be honest, Watto's nearing a state of delirium right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this is the problem.
Hang on. People are finding me on roster. That's great.
Oh, great.
Sure, send me whatever you want. That'd be great. I don't know what a 4 keys card is, but I'll take it.
Okay, so George continues to be gone.
Truly, where is he?
Here's an honest question.
It's not even like...
Patrick, here's an honest question. Do you think it is worth texting George's significant other, Melody Hobson, at this point?
To say what?
To just be like, hey, can you check in on George? Because he's acting weird this week.
If you want me to do it, I will do that.
I think you should. This isn't like a stretch goal thing. This isn't like a sake of the live stream thing. This is also just like a sake of like the friendship. Like, I want to make sure my friend is doing okay. I just think we throw out the lifeline at this point. I'm not trying to like raise concern with our viewers, but I think someone has to touch base, right?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I just got it. Hang on.
Okay. What? Did you get a text from George?
I did. I think Watto did too. I don't know what's going on. And I want everyone to know that a lot of times there are bits on this show, you know?
Yes.
Sometimes we do bits. Not a bit. This time is not a bit.
I also want to make it clear that very often when we're doing bits, we are all communicating with each other in the private chat. And the fact that George could not simultaneously live stream, watch Arliss, and be in the private chat was one of the reasons we bought him a laptop. And now he is choosing to plan bits without communicating with us. For the first time, he has the ability.
This is the one time he could have done it, and he's not doing it.
Right, like he couldn't even text us before because his cell phone was the same device he was using.
George just texted me, stretch goal to have me return.
Yes, okay. What are we at right now, and what's a number $1 above that? And that's the stretch goal. Here we go.
Okay, we are at 3417. Someone send us at least $1.
Yeah, so type it in, Patrick. Stretch goal, $3,417.47. Type it in.
I will. Hang on. Because he also has to do something for the nerd soon. We're coming up on that.
Yes. Yes, we're coming up on several.
George will... George says more than $1. Okay, you know what? If he says more than $1, 18, $2.
Here we go. And this is not a negotiation.
George has got to be more specific when he...
I mean,
hey, we're there. We just made $40. George has
got to come back.
George has to come back.
I mean, look at how much money we've raised relative to how few stretch goals we've had, and how much of our energy has been spent trying to get George Lucas to do the bare minimum on a show that bears his name. By the way, final credit in this episode was Robert Wolf's dog as herself.
Great. I watched a bunch of Bobby on Letterman today. I watched a lot of his interviews.
Yeah, what a good performer. I mean, talk about Bobby always doing it for the audience. Always give him the
really, when people want him, he's there.
Yes. Are we auto playing into the next episode?
No, let's hold up 3 minutes.
Okay. Have we texted George and let him know? Here we go.
Here he is. Oh, look. Oh,
Oh.
he's back.
Oh, look who's
He's
back.
back.
Kill him
Oh
with
my
kindness.
God.
Kill him with kindness. Kill him
Hey, before I can even get to my final PayPal page, they gave $40. You can still give my. George, you gotta leave that other phone because we can hear it.
I know.
George,
I didn't come back to be nitpicked.
George, can I say something?
I missed you too.
George, we missed you as well. And
We miss you a lot, George.
look, we're all on one this week. We're all clearly going a little bit crazy. But we want to say this is coming from a place of love. We're sorry if we lashed out. You are our friend. You are the reason we are here. And we do not want to be antagonistic.
It was exciting that I was gone for a little while.
No, well, yeah, we loved it.
We
George,
loved it. It was great, George.
Diva antics are very unbecoming. Now, we're not saying that.
We're not saying that. We're saying
We put it up on the banner.
George,
You highlighted it.
because sometimes you have to combat.
Look at this. I love George. He is why I watch. The other two are clowns.
Here's the thing.
We will agree to that.
Here's the thing. In storytelling, and this is an important lesson for anyone out there who's a budding storyteller, wants to tell stories, whatever the medium. Often, telling a story is not about giving the audience what they want. It's about giving them what they need. And my feeling was that up to this point, today's stream has had some very dramatic moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a problem. I was dealing with multiple things at once, some of which will pay off later, some of which will not. Just like Star Wars.
Yeah. Now, George, I have a question.
Yeah.
All of these things that you're setting up for the live stream, shouldn't I know them because I'm the only one who knows the schedule for the live stream?
Yes, that he is the producer of the live stream.
If it's something, of course, need to know. Remember need to know basis?
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick, do you remember the general concept of need to know basis?
Well, I tried telling him about the tagline for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and he acted like I was some schmo off the street who'd never created Indiana Jones. I said, like Indiana Jones, you know how he says, trust me? Is it Indiana Jones says, trust me? I said, yes, he does. When he's about to do his first prequel, he said, trust me.
George, we are trying to make this a civil and fun stream between friends. We are trying to diffuse tension. We are apologizing.
I've never been happy to see you two.
What?
I've never been happier to see two friends in my life.
Happier.
Because the first time it sounded like you were saying you have never been happy to see us, period.
No. Never been happier.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm very happy to see you.
I just got sent this.
See, this is fun, George. We're laughing and we're having a good time. The spirit of unity. Now, one could say the narrative, the greater story being told in this portion of the stream so far is the Han Solo arc. Oh, you're just here. You don't really want to get too invested. Looking out for yourself, a lovable scoundrel. You leave, you go, this isn't my scene. And then you come back and you save us when it really matters because you believe in the bigger cause.
Nice shot, kid. Don't get cocky.
George?
I mean, I don't want to correct you, George, but I think it's great, kid. Don't get cocky.
Great kid.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice.
No, but the point
Great
is,
kid shot. Don't get copies.
George, we would love for you to be our Han Solo this week. And we would love to have this immediately followed by an Empire and a Jedi, where Han continues doing everything he can to take down the Empire. And in this case, taking down the Empire is raising money for Reign.
But George, we don't necessarily want a Jedi Han when it seems like you don't really want to be there. We don't necessarily want that.
He was in a coma.
Yeah, well,
A medically induced coma.
okay,
For how long?
let's start this episode. We're on
Think
episode
about this.
5.
Think about this. You ever think about this? You ever think about how funny it would be
Yeah,
if Empire, when they open up that banquet room
yeah.
and Darth Vader's there and Han Solo goes to shoot him? You ever think how funny it would be if he surprised Darth Vader and he actually shot him and Darth Vader was just like, oh! And that's the end of the Darth Vader arc?
I thought about it many times. Are we ready to start the fourth episode?
No, episode 5.
Episode 5, I'm sorry.
Episode 5, playing it safe.
I never do it. I never play it safe.
2, 3.
George
Okay.
really
Now, I do
committing to this bad boy energy this week. What do you want to say?
We
What do you want to say, Patrick?
we are just over $5 away from George having to do something for the nerds.
You're going to do something for the nerd.
We're already. I think I owe a Linda kiss. Right?
No, isn't it every 1,000?
Yes, that's next. That's after.
But I did it for 1,000 and 2,000, but I didn't do it for 3,690.
You've done it 3 times.
Yeah,
So we're not at
1,690,
Hey, George,
2,690.
hey George, we're not at 3,690.
All right, you're right.
That's what we're working towards, George.
Never tell me the numbers.
Oh, no.
He's gone full scoundrel. He's gone full rogue this man.
Do we like it?
I don't know. I mean, look, here's the thing.
How close till I do something for those nerds?
As far as I'm concerned, my opinion of it is irrelevant. If we are raising money and people are still watching and they're enjoying it.
Marvin Hamlish doesn't like it, but Andy Blandy loves me now. Oh, who do I choose, Marvin or Andy?
People
Marvin, you
are
don't like
saying George is a rogue one. George has
I'm a
become
rogue.
a rogue one.
I'm a rogue one. Let's have some rogue fun.
He wants-
Marvin, what do I need to do to please you, Marvin? You don't like me now?
Okay. All right. Oh,
$100 for you to improve my tude.
would love it, Marvin. Would love it.
Show it. I'll do it. And then Andy Blandy, if you want me bad again, you gotta match it. I'll be a good boy. I'll be a good boy.
Chili's
You'll be a good boy.
Chili's is now telling Watto that it's outside of his delivery range. I don't understand what the fuck is happening.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people want Mean George. I'm willing to switch back and forth between Bad Boy George and Good Boy George.
Okay, let's ask this. What is the stretch goal for Good Boy George?
Can it be not that far away?
Yes.
What? Good Boy George. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really?
Watto, we got to figure this out.
We got to figure this out.
This is crazy.
I truly.
Should we implement Plan B?
Plan B.
Yeah, the plan we talked about.
What, you talking backup host? Or oh
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it in a second. He can't.
No.
George, you can't kiss her yet.
I can do what I want.
Oh no. Oh no.
You take me out. You take me out of the stream. You take me out of the stream.
Oh no.
Don't take me out of the stream again. I mean it. You take me out of the stream again, I'll go for another walk.
You go for another walk? I don't know.
The
All right, George, can you just make us a promise? If we have guests on, just pay attention.
Of course.
And talk to them.
I asked lots of great questions.
I know, but don't go Bad Boy George. I don't want Bad Boy George.
Have I been anything but a gentleman to our guests?
We've had one guest so far.
Yeah, we've had one guest so far.
Answer my question. Have I been anything but a gentleman to our guests?
You did. One of the questions you asked did repeat something they already talked at length about, but it's fine.
Which one?
Are you a Disney fan?
We already established at the beginning of it that I zone out and fall asleep sometimes when it's a terrible situation, like right now when I'm in 92-degree heat.
George,
you can go inside.
I can't. My laptop is outside.
George, you can switch to your phone. We will concede the battle of the laptop.
Never. You put in too much. I won't disrespect your hard work that way.
Hang on, guys. I'm getting a call. One sec.
Oh, it's okay for him, but for me, it's a big deal.
Patrick, just mute yourself.
Hello?
The call. Yes.
Yeah, mute yourself. I'll call Watto and I will talk.
Hang on one second.
Mute
Mute yourself.
George, we want to make it clear.
What are we going to do about Patrick? His attitude's all over the place today. He's got a really weird energy. Watto.
George.
What are we going to do about him?
George, I am trying to solve the problem of getting food to eat.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that you are happy and that you are in the best mindset to be able to contribute to this stream as much as possible. There was just a penis on screen.
Hang on one sec. Can I put you on mute really quick? Hey guys, just want to make sure you saw the naked man on screen.
I was bringing up the penis.
What happened? What happened?
One really good penis on screen. Arliss is in a locker room and a man walked by and you could see the side of his penis. It was kind of like a Ben Affleck Gone Girl type view of a penis, and it looked good. And I like the equality of nudity.
You'll pay how? Oh,
Patrick, mute.
What are we gonna do about Patrick?
Look, George, this is what I'm saying to you. Can you go indoors? Can you get some AC? Can you do the ice bucket challenge? We won't make you wear the jacket. Is the heat the main thing that is contributing to your fatigue this week?
It's the heat. It's having an extra device in the mix.
So here's what I'm saying. Can we drop the extra device and have you go indoors? Why not? Here's
I'm already set up. I'm already set up.
Guys, I just got off a call. I was going to pull myself off the stream, but I wanted you to know that I was...
A lot of pastrami on display right now.
Can we talk about this while we're on the stream?
Talk about what?
We don't know what it is.
I just got a very important call.
Okay.
It was from two guys. George, I think you've met at least one of them before. It was Bob Iger and Bob Chapek.
Mm-hmm.
The guys who are running Disney right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said I don't know how to bring this up delicately.
They're going to put Detroit on Disney Plus?
They said they're going to buy the George Lucas talk show.
Really?
What?
And now I'm a producer. I'm actually the one who has signed all the contracts for everything relating to the George Lucas talk show right now.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. But then after I said, yeah.
I hate to do this. I have to go for 1 second.
George, what?
I have to.
We were talking about something so important. Watto, they didn't call. That was a fake call. That was what we were talking about.
Yeah, I know. And you did a great job, Patrick.
This is infuriating.
I truly feel like I am having a nightmare. And I'm not saying the way a lot of people refer to bad experiences as a nightmare. I mean that this is starting to run by the same lack of logic that a nightmare has.
Can I tell you something? And this is very real. I am so stressed out that my blood sugar is going up a lot.
I am in cold sweat. I have my AC cranked all the way
giving
up.
myself insulin because of George right now.
Watto last night couldn't sleep because he had a nightmare where someone woke him up. And he was so angry that someone woke him up from his sleep that it caused him to wake up. And this feels like that now. Where he's
I'm gonna start talking as soon as he puts it back on again.
So wait, Disney's going to buy the George Lucas
They're
talk show?
going to buy the George Lucas talk show. And after I agreed, they said there's only one change we need to make.
What is that?
We're gonna replace George Lucas.
George.
They said we have an out. They said if we want to stop doing this, but George has to start behaving himself.
What they said, George, is that they feel right now the fans' relationship to the George Lucas talk show is mirroring the fans' relationship to Star Wars, where suddenly the fans are starting to become hostile, the angry boys are turning against it, and they feel like George has become antagonistic, like he does not care about what the fans want anymore. And so they said the only way to save the franchise of the George Lucas talk show is to steal it for a lot of money and replace George. Now, George, I'm your friend. I don't want that to happen. I've lived through this once. I don't want that to happen.
Is this part of when I was off camera and you said you were going to try putting the fear of God into me?
No. What are you talking about?
Are you trying to scare me?
No, what are you talking about?
Disney's going to take the last of my...
Real. I just got a call. I literally just got a call.
On their phone call. You accusing him of acting?
Look at this. Look at this. That number right there from New York. They called me from their New York number.
Disney number.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, 917 is the Disney area code.
Disney area code, George.
George is drinking out of a Chili's cup.
Matt Gorley's getting in his car and warming up his Kirshner. You know what? If I have to bring Matt Gorley onto this stream, I'll do it, George. George, I will do it. You know what? I'll bring Matt Gorley. I'll bring Matt Gorley. I'm going to burn the... I will burn the fast, George.
Patrick, do you recognize what has happened here?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
And I think we're supposed to react like this was all worth it.
It's not worth it. I'm going to email Matt Gorley right now. I'm going to get him on this stream.
That George was asking us to trust him while he spent upwards of 15 minutes away from the screen while he coordinated a Chili's order, in the process preventing Watto from getting his food order to go through. And now he is just eating his Chili's burger with a shit-eating grin on his face.
Can I tell you the funniest part about this?
Chili's eating grin.
It's like 2:30 in Marin County. It's the worst time to eat a hamburger, especially a hot hamburger.
Mm. It feels like it's still cooking because it's so hot outside. That's how hot it is.
Listen, it wasn't worth it, but I'm glad it was something. I'm glad it was not nothing. George, you need to do something for the nerds. Because we're at $3,757. And you get to,
I'll be honest, I didn't even really want Chili's. I just figured someone should be eating Chili's
wait,
on this.
is that really Chili's, George? No.
What?
It's really Chili's?
Do you see the bevel?
It's
Do you see
really
the embossing? I don't know if the right lighting for it. Is that really Chili's?
Should I order Chili's? Is that what I have to do?
I'm trying so hard to find a location that delivers to Watto.
It's time to do something for the nerds.
Okay, here we go. This better
There
be
we go.
so
Let me make
bad.
it full screen. Oh, I knew that's what it was going to be. I knew that's it.
Which side will I choose? And this could actually tie in to the goal that we're talking about, because it says, which side will you choose? Will you choose the light side, which is blueberry or raspberry, or the dark side, which is strawberry? Now, do we have goals for me to be a good boy, a bad boy? Do we have those set, or should I do it by the nerds?
I think you got to eat all the nerds, George.
You got to eat
I'm
all
trying
the
to eat
nerds.
all the nerds, but if I choose them randomly,
No,
should they
you got
dictate which George we get?
no, you got to eat all of them.
I will eat all of them, but what I'm saying is, Patrick, are you confused just like just now when I ate actual Chili's and you didn't realize it was Chili's until well into the narrative?
Are you right, George? Okay, for this moment right now,
I'm holding one. I don't know if it's dark side or light side. If it's blue, it's light side. If it's red,
yeah,
it's dark
Watto lives at the Dakota. That's canon. George, you're eating all the nerds. I just want to say,
It's like this.
4,000 is the stretch goal for you to turn good,
I think that's a good stretch goal.
right?
Yes, because we are at 3782.
Yes. So
So it
4,000.
shouldn't be decided. It shouldn't be decided by what nerd I'm holding.
No. And
Oh, I was
guys,
gonna turn good. I was going to turn good.
I would love it. I would love it if we can have him turn good in the next 15 minutes.
I would love it if we could have him turn good in the next 24
You
seconds.
know what? I've never eaten these before. I can't believe they're hard. I can't believe this is a bag full of hard candy.
Wait a second. You've never had a nerd before in your life?
I've had little nerds. I thought they were small. These are big nerds. Look how big this nerd is.
So you thought the texture would be different?
I didn't think they'd be so big and so hard. Oh, but then they soften.
Oh, God, George.
Oh, I can eat a bag of these easy.
Can you pour them into your mouth?
For money, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's make it 3,900. Right? What are we at right now? 3,800?
Let me refresh.
Closest 100.
Oh, wait, we just got more. Hang on one sec.
People are asking if you can put them on the burger.
Oh, yeah, George, put them on the burger.
Would you rather put them on the burger or pour them all into your mouth?
It's one or the other, George. You got to do one.
I'll pour as many as fit into my mouth, but I don't want to die.
And then the rest go on the burger.
Guys, we are $118 away from George being good. Please let George be good.
He has to turn good.
We're all getting tired of this.
Yes.
I know you are too.
Here's an honest question, okay? This is for the fans in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
If you think this week's live stream is better than the average live stream,
Don't ask this.
no, because I want George to recognize what is happening.
But I don't think you're going to get the answer that you want.
Oh, God.
I don't. This isn't going to end the way you think it is.
Okay, let's just fucking eat the nerds.
Let's stop. Everybody stop. Do not comment anymore. It's not. I don't.
Better.
This is not fun. This is not.
No.
The stuff with, oh, here we go. The stuff with Mike was better. This is worse. I agree.
Hey,
I agree.
Ratings are up. People love a bad boy. Also, this is a story of redemption.
Are our ratings up? What is our viewership?
I mean, they are. They're at like 60 more than normal.
I cannot believe he is being vindicated for this behavior.
Oh God! Hey, George. George, 1 sec. How's your burger, George?
That's good.
Okay.
It'll give me energy to be good.
Yeah, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
the music that's happening on Arliss.
I want to say,
yes, Patrick, please say what I think you're going
that
to.
George, I think you've been bad long enough.
Oh, yes.
Time for a good boy?
It's time for a good boy and a Scoob watch along.
Yes!
42975.
We're watching Scoob, George.
We're watching Scoob tonight.
Doesn't that make you excited?
So I've already seen Scoob. Watto, have you seen Scoob?
I have not seen Scoob. I've been
also
saving it for such an occasion.
It is kind of crazy how close we are to beating last week already.
I mean, look, it's the only reason I am holding on to a shred of sanity right now.
Here's the thing.
Because I can't argue with results. As much as this is physically and mentally hurting Watto, I cannot argue with results. And at the end of the day, this is all about raising money for a good cause. It has now been 2 hours since I dropped my sandwich off of the fire escape, and I still have not succeeded in placing an order for food.
Yeah,
but
I haven't either.
If it raises money, then Watto be damned. I'm trying to find a funny place to order from.
Can
you order from Chili's?
I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if I can.
All right, I'm gonna order.
Wait, is that a Chili's? George Watto might know the answer to this. Is that a Chili's near the Museum of Moving Image?
I think so.
I believe that's an Applebee's. There is a
Applebee's.
There is yeah. Oh, nerds on a little burger. See, this is
a little sweet and savory.
This is what I'm talking about, George.
I do like how many people in the chat know it's an Applebee's.
It's an Applebee's.
A lot of people are saying it's an Applebee's.
There is a Chili's in Glendale, Queens, which I think you might be within that delivery.
Hang on, is Glendale a new place? Because I had not heard of there being a Glendale, Queens until the last 2 months.
I have to quote from the chat. This is a scruffy nerd burger.
It is in fact a scruffy looking nerd burger.
Scoob costs $25 to stream in Canada. I'll say this: if you want to find it, you can find it. Because I watched it weeks ago, and I found it. It's also on HBO Max.
Let's start. Let's start a second screen experience for a second. For money. What are we at?
We are at hang on 1 second.
George, I want to commend you. I do feel like your attitude has shifted. You're getting in higher spirits. You are becoming more collaborative. You're suggesting things to raise money. I like what I'm seeing out there.
Hang on. I do want to say I do see someone in the room. If he wants to come in, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna bring him in.
Okay.
Look who it is.
Bobby!
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Bobby, you've never joined us this early.
No, I'll tell you why. I think I'm gonna make it back later. I'm just gonna be on briefly now. Yeah. But I almost didn't make it today. The weirdest thing happened. I had a concussion. What happened was I was out doing my exercise in the morning and I'm walking by this high rise.
Yeah.
And I get hit in the head with a pastrami sandwich. Oh. It catches me right here. Luckily, now fortunately, it was a lean pastrami sandwich, so it didn't have enough fat to give it some weight, But I mean, it was the weirdest thing. I mean, it caught me here, and
But you're doing okay.
Luckily, I had my Jew defenses on because I built up a tolerance over the year to pastrami. And and I shrugged it off because it didn't have that good fat that I like. People should not. A real Jew doesn't eat lean for stuff. You gotta have a little fat in it. And luckily, though, I'm doing okay. So I just want to let you know that. But I'm gonna fight through it, and I'll be back in a few hours. I just want to let you know that.
Thank you so much, Bobby.
I hope don't fall asleep, Bobby. Don't fall asleep. It's very important to stay conscious.
I will. I'll do my best.
Mm-hmm.
But who go figure? Who throws a fucking pastrami sandwich?
That is really crazy.
I cannot.
It's selfish. It's selfish, is what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
This sounds like the selfishness of a laptop giver.
Unless it was for a good cause.
Yes.
Maybe.
I do want to tell Bobby that we are already at $4,300 we've raised.
How much?
4,297.
We've never gotten that high this early.
Never close.
No.
Last week we finished at 5,146.
Wow, that's terrific. How much have we raised all in yet?
In total?
The first, let's see. I can add it up. Hang on one second.
I think last week we were around 20,000 total, I think, in the 7 weeks, right?
For the 7 weeks, including the first show, we are at 40,985. So we're at like 19,000 before this week.
Wow.
But in the battle between the Star Wars saga and the Arliss saga, Arliss is handily beating Star Wars by this point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. That's like counting COVID numbers. It's like, we've been off for 6 weeks. This is the 7th week, and now, however, they had a lot more shows. And from
we had 30 hours with them.
From what I hear, which it's like again like numbers. Star Wars was a very popular show. Series.
Yes.
Whereas Arliss was popular, but not like Star Wars.
More of a cult.
But times have changed.
Yeah,
this
perhaps.
is a different era.
Yeah.
Perhaps. What episode are you on now, by the way?
We are episode 5, playing it safe.
Oh, it's a gay ball player.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
And we've just seen some very tastefully explicit locker room scenes.
Well, I think it's the next episode. Yeah, the next episode caused more shit on Arliss than any other episode. I have to take this call, so I'll see you guys later.
All right, good seeing you, Bobby. See you soon.
Bye.
Now, when Bobby Wool goes on his phone, you don't get mad at him, but you'll get mad at George.
Watto, do you feel bad?
I feel terrible.
I mean, he's come on this stream so much, and then you almost killed him.
I didn't have a chance to ask him if there was also some potato pancakes that hit him. So we don't know for a fact that it was my pastrami.
It might have been someone else.
We don't know for a fact.
Yeah.
I did order a lean cut.
Yes.
But we don't know. Come on.
Yeah.
Watto can't be the only one throwing a pastrami lean cut out of the window of the Dakota on a Sunday afternoon. He can't be the only one.
No.
Oh, boy.
Wow. So we are at 431785 right now. We just got another. Now I don't know why. I don't know what George is doing.
No. I truly don't understand how much of the time away was trying to place the Chili's order.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, George
has a dog. He's a second unit, and he has a dog.
I mean, George, I want to tell you, I did have to kick you from your other camera because you were getting feedback, but it was not malicious. Okay? I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe you can't.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
You don't respond.
Well, because I'm focused on the visual storytelling.
That's a good point.
Do people like this?
They love it.
George, what's the dog's name? Is it Indiana?
We named the dog Indiana.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Hold on. No, don't. I'm gonna give you the food. You don't go for the food. All right.
Don't give the dog any nerds, George.
No nerds for this dog. Just potatoes.
Oh, that's a good point. We should get Robert to check the receipt on the bag because Watto, you'll be in the clear because they think the receipt will have some random name like Griffin on it or something.
Great. Yes.
Which is good.
Yes. No, it's only if it says Watto penthouse apartment, the Dakota.
Yes.
That this could be traced back to me, because canonically, people are asking in the stream. Yes, Watto lives in the Dakota. That's where Watto lives.
All right, that's enough fries for this dog. But this dog really likes food. Okay, Indiana.
All right, George, I'm going to pull you off on this camera, so you have to rejoin from your computer.
I will. All right.
George, I appreciate.
He's gone.
I feel like his spirits are improving, right? He's becoming more amenable.
I think so, a little. Well, I mean, we hit the goal, so we had to.
Yes.
Watto
has made his decision. He's going to order from Chuck E. Cheese. It feels like the best balance of everything.
That
has been suggested.
That is a very good idea.
Yes.
There's a lot of music this season. Kirby's singing. There was a scene with in the Arliss Falls in Love episode where the woman was singing. Arliss is singing.
Arliss is singing.
We asked if there was going to be a musical episode, and he was real cagey about it. Do you think it's because he knew this one was coming?
I didn't want to call his shot. Yes.
You want to spoil it. We should let's start the next episode. Let's go right into it, just so we don't have to. Once this,
Yes. So we're just letting it autoplay.
Yeah, we will let it autoplay.
Look at all this singing. Bruce Hornsby in this episode.
Sarah Lipinski, a lot of people. George, when do you want to go for a walk? Like, how much does it need to be? Can't hear you, George. Nope. Oh God, he's gonna yell at us for this.
Yes. It's just my headphones.
Oh, okay, good. It was not our fault.
Yeah. No, it was the laptop and the headphone jack. Yes, it was. I love that Arliss ended with that big musical number.
That's what we just said. Yeah.
You're talking about, yes.
I know. I was transitioning because you kicked me out, not maliciously.
I had to.
It was just the nature of it. It was the nature of it, but that's why I had to miss what was happening.
Okay, so the HBO symbol's going away. It's going to start in a second.
Where are we at money-wise?
Hang on one sec. Okay, new stream is starting. We are on episode 6, everybody.
Okay.
We are at money-wise 4342. We're real close to that Ice Bucket Challenge.
Did we pass up a Linda kiss?
No, we did one. We got to put another one at 4, right?
No, it's at 4-6. It's George kisses an X every week.
690. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You did one, George. Remember when you were being cranky and you kissed her? That one
That was
counts.
just for me, though.
Oh, just for you. Now you like it. You didn't like it at first.
I don't like it. That was when I was being bad, though.
George, I really appreciate the effort you are putting into being good now.
I'm a good person.
You are a good person. That was never in question. But you seem to be having some fun playing the rogue this week.
Because we had to do it for a good cause.
Watto, we've missed a few 39s. Should we talk about this?
We should.
Yes, I wonder why we were not focused on the time.
We had other stuff going on.
It's almost as if we put something on the shelf and forgot about it.
George has reason to be angry because he has been treated very unfairly in his life. All he wanted to do was selflessly give 39 episodes of very funny Star Wars cartoons. Full animation. None of this Gerald McBoing boing shit. Full animation. We're not talking much cargo.
Oh, wow. Hang on. Okay, keep going, Watto. You know what? Keep going.
Full character. Oh, they're two perfect titties on screen.
We're not going to talk about it.
We're watching Kirby watch his own sex tape.
Yeah.
And there are two titties on screen.
Okay, let's keep talking.
George self-financed and self-produced 39 episodes of an animated series called Star Wars Detours, which upon having Lucasfilm stolen from him by Disney for only a few measly $1 billion, was placed on a shelf where it remains to this day never to be seen. At the 39th minute of every hour, we encourage people to tweet at Disney Plus, hashtag may detours be with you.
And go to Disney Plus and search for it.
Yes.
Get that algorithm confused. Why are most of our searches for Star Wars detours?
Yes.
Guys, we have a guest that I want to bring in.
Fantastic.
Now, this guest, you've seen him in so many things. It's bananas how many things he is in. Any TV show you pop on, he's been on. You've seen him on Lost.
What?
You've seen him in Amazon's The Tick.
What?
He was in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, Francois Chau. He was on Arliss.
Francois!
Hey, hey guys.
Hello, Francois.
Hi there, George. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you guys? How is
a
quarantine treating you?
Oh, that's a great question.
It's a great question. It's a rough ride, you know. You do what you can. You try to stay safe. Try to be smart.
I had my wife give me this quarantine haircut.
It's very good.
A couple days ago, so that's where I am.
It's a strong cut. It's a very strong cut.
Listen, shaving your head during quarantine is the way to go. So
yes,
that's what we got to do.
Francois, you are on multiple episodes of Arliss, are you not?
No, I did. I'm trying. It's been a while. It's like we're looking at almost what 25 years, maybe.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I did one. I was. What the hell was I? Oh, I was the Korean consul.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think the episode was Arliss was trying to get the Korean baseball player.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those days, I did a lot of ambassadors and consuls and Chinese diplomat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you ever do research for that kind of role? Did you ever shadow a real ambassador or diplomat?
No, I'm not. As an actor, I don't go that deep.
You don't need to.
The most research I did was I would call up my friend who was Korean and got some Korean words to say.
Great.
That's about the extent of it.
You pop up in so many shows. It's crazy. Do you have? Has there been one that was been like the most fun experience? I know, like you were on The Tick a lot, and there were some actors on that show that were tough to deal with. I don't want to name names, but they're.
I wonder.
I heard there were some divas in that cast.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Honestly, of all the stuff I've done, my all-time favorite has to be my character in The Tick.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Like, for some reason, most of my stuff is the bad guy. I'm the drug lord or whatever. Get him, MacGyver. Get him, whatever. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So The Tick was just, to be honest, The Tick is pretty much me.
Well,
just kind of nerdy, just kind of regular guy. So it was great to do. It was just like it was like a big, letting the air out of the balloon, going this is it. Where have you been? Kind of thing. But still, most people, I think, amazingly enough, still know me as Shredder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there is a commonality there. You have to recognize that both Walter on The Tick and Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 are very obsessed with the foot.
Yeah, that's it.
They both center most of their decision making around feet.
Yeah, I wonder if Walter had anything to do with the clan, but in his former, he still has many secrets that haven't come out yet.
That's what Walter was like, a big mystery in the show that has not been able to be fully unpacked yet.
Right.
And you worked. You were on Alias, which was J.J. Abrams' television show.
Yes.
J.J., who would later famously helm 2/3 of the most recent Star Wars trilogy.
Yes.
What was your experience like on set for Alias? Or is it a blur at this point because you've been on so many shows?
It all blends in, but you know, it was again, it's been a while, so wow, what did I? Of course, again, I played the, you know, the bad guy.
Bad guy.
I mean, we can also talk about, you were on another JJ show, which was Lost. You were on a lot of Lost.
Well, my first appearance on Lost in those whatever orientation videos.
Yeah.
The first one, we taped it in the on the set of Alias.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's because that's what we used. Alias had just wrapped for the day. They took off, and a little crew came in and taped the little thing on the set of Alias. And then, you know, I thought it was going to be that was it, but then kept calling me back and going, "Hey, we're going to do a little more, a little more." I said, "Yeah."
Did they fly you out to Hawaii for the other shoots, or were all the orientation videos in LA?
Not until later. When I first got the job, I was like, "Hey, Hawaii, here I come." And then they called and said, "Oh yeah, your call time is, you know, blah blah blah, and you're going to Burbank Studios." I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. That's how they get you. That's how they.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's like But yeah, after a couple of times, they decided, okay, we're just going to do everything in Hawaii. So
yeah,
I missed those trips, man. Wait.
Yeah.
How much? Because your character on Lost was very mysterious and was a source of much mystery for the characters on the show and the fans of the show alike. How much did you know or understand about what you were playing? Like, did they explain anything to you, or were you essentially just like feeling it out in the dark?
No, I knew nothing.
Yeah.
And they you know, they usually gave me the my scene, which was usually just a big full 2-page monologue, the night before. So I'm like, oh, I just learned it, and then next day on set, I just, you know, did whatever I was doing. After a while, though, I did tell them I did need a little more time, because it was just, it was crazy. It was like, oh, I don't, it was like, I think the job was that the audition was like a 2-page monologue, and I learned it and I did it, you know, in one take, and I was like, oh, that's it. I figure, you know, that was the only reason they thought, oh, he can learn this pretty fast. Maybe let's just get him to do it.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't. It was very, you know how it is. It's even then. I think maybe that was the start of the keeping everything secret so nothing leaks to this or that, or you know, they don't give you the full script. There were times when they gave you like a fake name on the call sheet because
that's stuff you said out. Yeah. I mean, and you also famously had like 12 different names on that show.
I did, and I never knew why, or you know, until the very end.
Yeah.
And then it all made sense.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's you know, a lot like all these and Lost fans were very, you know, I don't want to say like manic, but man, they knew everything. So
what are you talking about?
Yes,
these Lost fans aren't crazy. What are you talking about?
Lost fans are crazy.
How come I wondered on the show, like we learned a lot about the Dharma Initiative, but they didn't even reference Greg. Why was that?
Dharma and Greg, George, is that what you're asking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Where was his initiative?
Thank you.
You know, I was going to say, fans would come up and start asking me, you know, in episode 6 of season blah blah, you know, they did this. What did that mean? And I was like, oh, I at that point, I didn't really. I don't know if I should say this, but I didn't really start watching the show until like season 3.
Sure.
Right.
People started asking me questions, and I couldn't answer them. So I thought, oh shit, I better, you know, as a loyal employee of I'd better start watching and maybe I can answer some stuff. But even then, I was like, oh, I think you guys know a lot more than I do. So
people in the chat were pointing out that you have your own Muppet.
Yes, yes.
Very cool.
It was cool. I tried to get them to give it to me, but
yeah,
they wouldn't go for it because they said that Muppet was like, I don't know, $15,000 or something like that.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You know.
Do you have any of your lab? Did you get to keep any of your lab coats? Do you have any souvenirs from the show?
No. I'm not.
No?
I'm not. I wish I was one of those guys who would think.
Well, if you had a souvenir from every show, you'd look like a hoarder. You'd have no room behind you.
Well, but you know, I do. Most of like my clothes and stuff, like T-shirts and stuff, is from shows I've done, so I don't have to go shopping too much.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of tick stuff.
That's why. Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
So you understand that famously, Star Wars, dyads are a very big, important thing in Star Wars, and you begin with R2 and C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
You are in a very, I assume, a very elite club, in that you have been both on Franklin and Bash and Rizzoli and Isles. Which of those dyads do you think was more powerful?
Wow. Okay. Now I gotta put on the brain cap. Franklin and Bash.
Like if they had to fight each other, if Franklin and Bash went toe to toe with Rizzoli and Isles, who's left standing?
I think Rizzoli and Isles would be,
girl power. I get it.
There's no contest.
Yeah.
No contest.
Sorry, guys. There's no contest.
Sorry, guys. Don't get angry about that, all you boys out there. Suck it up. Go to the river.
Oh boy.
I did, and then Franklin was it? No. Yeah, no. But Franklin and Bash, I did get to work with Malcolm McDowell.
Ooh.
So,
that's fun.
Speaking of Star Wars, I got to work with Mark Hamill also.
Wonderful.
And then here's in early 90s video game, Wing Command.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yes.
And Malcolm McDowell. I was crazy. It was like
yeah,
all these big name people in it. I thought,
Let's also say you were in one of the last films to be released in theaters before everything shut down.
Yes.
You were in Birds of Prey, and you had your face cut off on camera.
Yes.
You are hung upside down by your feet, and someone cuts your face off.
And I have been killed many different ways throughout the years, but that was the first, and it was it was fun. Hanging upside down.
Yeah.
After the 10th take, it was a little, hey, this is okay.
Was it gruesome also to see a prop on set that was your skinned face?
Yeah,
they keep holding it up to the camera.
Well, I had to go to the special effects people, and they made, they put the stuff on my face, and I didn't, I guess so that you could really see that it was my face that they cut off. It was, hey, it's the movies.
It's the movies.
It's the movies.
It's the movies.
I do want to pop in and give a fundraising update. We are up to $4,622.
Okay.
All right.
So we're getting there. We're
getting.
Last week we hit 5146, so we want to beat that. So guys, keep going.
And I just want to do a quick Arliss update. Jim Turner having his second sex scene this episode. This is an episode in which the character of Kirby Carlisle can not seem to stop getting laid.
Yeah, good for him.
Yes.
Francois, you talked about Malcolm McDowell and Mark Hamill. Who else has been like, whoa, look at these people that I'm working with? Like, has anyone else come to mind when you think of like crazy people that can't believe it?
Well, I guess I have to embarrass myself now in whatever. But my all-time celeb crush is Gillian Anderson.
Sure.
So a couple years ago, when they called and said, "Hey, do you want to do an X-Files?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What? Are you kidding?"
Yeah.
So, and my scenes were with her. So it was literally maybe the first time I was a little nervous on set. I was like,
Sure.
I wonder what. It's a weird feeling, but it was great. That was the best.
That's also really, I feel like X-Files is one of those things that when it was on, there were so many, it was like sort of a Law and Order-y rite of passage. Like they had so many people on.
Right.
Getting to be on that it's a cool feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
and you got to work with Duchovny on the Duchovny series Aquarius.
Oh yes, that's right. But I didn't. Let's see. I didn't have a scene with him, but I did see him there.
Right.
But yeah, Duchovny was there, and there's been a bunch of people who I would say, I don't get Star Trek too much, but I think the first huge star I had the pleasure of working with was Angela Lansbury. I was like, oh, what's but
she's very tall, right? Isn't she like surprisingly tall?
You see her on film and you go, oh, yeah, it's kind of, but in person, she was like, oh, she's not like a giant, but she's she's like, oh,
she's like 5'10" or something, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, pretty much, because she kind of came up to same height as me, and I think I'm around 5'10".
I just feel like we're so used to thinking about her like sitting behind the desk typing. We don't think about that she stands up and she's got like reach,
Yeah.
No one ever really considers how big that desk is. That desk is 8 feet off the ground,
and it's a standing desk.
Yes.
Hey. See.
Yes.
Ugh.
Francois, how is your 2020? What is your quarantine situation like?
I was talking to my friend the other day, and I thought, geez, because I know a lot of people get a little stir crazy and they, stuff, but this is pretty much the norm for me. I watch an incredible amount of TV, which is, I mean, not more than I usually do. I go work out a little bit, and then I watch some more TV and stuff. And I haven't minded staying in, and I'm not like dying to go out to a restaurant or anything, or and I don't really like too many people anyway, so it's okay.
What have you been watching, Francois?
Everything that I've been mostly bunch of course, Netflix and Prime stuff, and I watch a lot of Korean dramas on. Whoa!
This is a stretch goal for charity. George, of course, dated Linda Ronstadt.
Whoa! Yeah.
And so once every $1,000, when we cross another threshold, George has to pull up a picture of Linda Ronstadt on his phone and kiss it, which is very emotionally difficult for him.
Not easy.
Well,
we do it for charity.
We're doing it for charity.
It's just kissing a telephone. It's really just kissing a telephone.
It's kissing a telephone.
Wow.
That's what it is. Let's demystify what is happening. I kiss my telephone every $1,000.
Yeah, but it has a picture.
It's a small sacrifice. I mean, that's the part that's hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would rather. There are so many. I'd rather, honestly. You know who I'd rather kiss?
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Who's it gonna be?
Oh. You have a picture of that person on your phone?
I mean, I can get to one.
I can't believe George would hypothetically kiss and tell. And that I mean he will tell who he would hypothetically kiss.
This is the twist.
Here we go. Okay, here's the photo.
There we go.
Come on, George.
Let me, George. This better pay off, George.
Don't show it to us.
It's a picture. It's
Indeed.
Indiana Jones. He would rather kiss Indiana Jones. Oh,
I I trust him.
He did it for free.
Right.
Wow.
That's young indie, not indie.
No,
indie.
not young indie, but younger. Not hide in the refrigerator indie, but
Right.
But also
you know,
not
head
Young
off-
Indiana Jones Chronicles. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
I kind of I didn't go for the really young indie.
Mm,
You know,
Little boy
Yeah.
indie.
Yeah.
yes.
But like River Phoenix, Indiana Jones. How do you feel about that when he played young indie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to watch the Chronicles, and I guess like
Yes.
me, most people didn't go for the young kid because they didn't. After a while, they just kept with the, you know, indie as the.
Yeah, we had a very old Indiana Jones who wore an eye patch because he lost an eye, and people didn't like that.
Oh, I didn't. know.
And then we edited those out then because people didn't like it. And then also too young Indy, it's sort of like, well, he's just learning, you know.
Right.
He can't have adventures. He can't kiss girls. He can't get into bit. You know, no one wants to see a 10-year-old getting into a bunch of fights.
Yeah.
But young adult, I'll watch a young adult fight another adult.
Yeah.
So is Indy coming back, or what's the deal? I heard.
You know, I hear James Mangold is supposed to make the new one. I really got nothing to do with it. You know, I imagine it'll have a real, you know, Girl Interrupted meets Copland sort of vibe.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what Indiana Jones via the Mangold.
Yeah. It could be a sort of a.
That's almost a good title, Indiana Jones and the Legend of the Mangold.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? Oh, it's gold that was made by some sort of golden man.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go the whole, you know, the way of since it's Mango, the way of Logan and have Indy. I don't know.
Right.
Say
He's
it.
going.
He could be either not Logan, but the professor.
Well, but I feel like there's a thing we're not talking about here.
What's that?
Logan was secretly a Western.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
of course.
That movie was secretly.
Watto, don't spill so much tea, Watto.
Cone of Trust, but I do like the pitch. Right. You don't call the movie Indiana Jones. You call the movie Professor.
Professor.
Right. It's like Logan. It's like
just Prof. P-R-O-F.
Prof. And the movie is
secretly
a Western.
Secretly a Western.
Well, somebody at the end gonna say like something like, "Come back." You know, somebody, not necessarily Shane, but come back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
One way you put horses in the background, but then you paint the backdrop the same color as the horses. No one sees them.
Yeah.
Secretly a Western. There's so many ways to secretly make something a Western.
Yeah.
Set something in a saloon, but have it so tight that it just feels like they could be in a Chili's.
Yes.
George loves Chili's.
Oh, I love Chili's so much. That's something I never have talked about before, but I do love Chili's. Do you have a Chili's near you, Francois?
Let's see. It would be.
Okay. It's okay if you need to look it up on your phone and see where the closest Chili's is.
I don't frequent that place too much, so I would say
it's okay. They deliver. You don't even need to frequent it.
The closest one might be Orange County-ish, you know.
Oh wow.
The OC. I was on the OC.
Yeah.
We found out this week that Chili's is George's favorite restaurant.
I can't get enough of it.
We've never heard about this before. We had an earlier guest on who had worked with George, and they mentioned that George always used to eat at Chili's, and then George immediately walked away from the live stream and placed an order for Chili's and is now eating Chili's on camera.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why. What?
Any particular? Oh, wait, look. Chili's, Century Boulevard.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Well, you know what? I'm on the east side, so that might as well be Orange County.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh boy.
I remember because Chili's was founded by a man named Larry Levine in 1975, and this was at the point where I was Star Wars was in my head, but I was building the world. You know, I was thinking like, what's the story going to be? And I intentionally, and I've never told anyone this before. With the first Star Wars, I was sort of thinking, well, I need to build this world before I start putting in my little secret, sort of in jokes and things like that. But there's a reason that Empire Strikes Back starts on an ice planet, and that's an homage to Chili's. Because it's very chilly. It's very chilly on the planet.
Yeah, see.
Oh, no, George.
It took me a second. Sorry.
It took most people decades. They're only learning it now.
George, I'm curious how much more information you know offhand about the founder of Chili's and the origins of the chain, because you flipped that off real fast.
Right.
Well, they did have a commercial, I remember a while back, where they sort of recreated, you know, I saw like a bunch of kind of hippie type people going, hey, this is what we're going to get. Right?
Yeah. The first location before it became a franchise was in Texas. It was in Dallas, and you can't go to that original one anymore. They've relocated several times, and this is one of the reasons why I'm such a history buff. I feel like you have to know your history, and basically, like Levine's concept was. Let's have a restaurant where the attitude is relaxed. It's informal, and we'll have different kinds of hamburgers at a reasonable price. It's such a simple idea, but everything grew from there. You know, it's the same way that Star Wars begins with a simple farm boy living on a moisture farm, but then you start to build the world, and that's really what Chili's is. If you look at Chili's menu now, it is as rich a world as current day Star Wars. There are different kinds of appetizers, different kinds of desserts, different beverages. It's no longer just about the hamburgers. You can get crispy chicken. You can get all kinds of things. Corn on the cob, things that were just they were just a twinkle in the eye of Larry Levine back in 1975.
Well,
I could talk about Chili's all day. I don't want to take over the stream.
Damn you, because now when I watch a Star Wars, of course.
Yeah.
That's it.
I regret that ideally, and I should have done this. There was a point where I thought I would have Star Wars movies exclusively screen at Chili's and not release them on home video. So if you wanted to see Star Wars, you'd have to go to a Chili's, and they just constantly stream the saga on a loop over and over. But it was too, that was leaving too many people out of the picture. We wanted Star Wars to be for everyone.
Well, I'm glad it was for everyone.
Someone has suggested this, and I think we have to do it. What is the stretch goal for George to sing the Chili's Baby Back Rib song?
We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Francois, thank you so much for stopping by. It was really great seeing you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure. Watto, George.
You're such a pro. Such a pro. Such a fan of your work. And it's so nice to confirm that you are just as nice a guy off screen as you are generally, but not exclusively, an evil man on screen.
Ha! Fool somebody else.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Stay safe.
Okay. Take care of your feet, Francois.
I will. You too. All of you guys.
It's important.
Make sure the feet are okay.
See ya.
Yeah.